What's up? Live.
Hey, family. Hey, family.
What's up? I'm going to listen to music in one ear. Bop, bop, bop.
So we're doing Famous Friday on a Saturday.
Yeah, because you had.
Yeah, I had some issues, y'all. They've been busy. So I had to take care of a lot of stuff. So yeah, we had to postpone it for today. Sorry about that, guys. It was me. So we had to do a Famous Friday on a Saturday.
Serious though, so it's
Yeah, it
not.
was serious. It was very serious, but thank God everything is good. So
Things
yeah,
good.
here we go. Here we go.
What happened? You ain't got no. You good over there?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. What's up? All right. This is Famous Friday. Well, Famous Friday on a Saturday. Are discussing the we are discussing Jesse Jackson and
your
the
bo-
family and
yeah, your boy Jesse Jackson. Yep.
boy Jesse, aka the worst to ever do it.
Right. Right. That set us back what? How many years?
Ooh,
60 years, 50 years.
born, uh, and he a Libra. What the hell?
Yeah, Libra. I'm a Libra. What? You know what the
I believe Mr. Gregory was a Libra too. This
Yeah.
nigga.
Just it's a man. I
So
can get huh?
there's a few Libras out here that's embarrassing, y'all.
Yeah,
Letting you-
It's the men.
No, it's some women too.
Ah.
Women too.
Oh
All
my
right.
God, Jesse is messing. He messing out the Libras. The name up. Come on, Jesse. You could have been anything but a Libra.
Anything but Libra.
Right, messing the name up.
Woo! All right, let's get into it. This week episode, this weekend's episode. It's not personal,
Mm-hmm.
historical. It has to be done. Okay, we're talking about a man and a family that built their name, wealth, and political careers on the pain, struggle, and loyalty of the freedmen community, aka the Black Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse walked beside Dr. King, but where is he now? And where are we?
Hmm. Back 50 years, like I said, took us back. Exactly.
Jesse Jackson. All right. Woo. Jesse. I don't even know how to start, but we're going to start because Jesse this is going to be the truth. Now, this is going to be the end chapter of Jesse Jackson after this. I've did my protests,
Mm-hmm.
my curse out, and we have our lawsuit. There's nothing else
Mm-hmm.
comes to this. All right.
And you all who have an open mind, just listen to the information. This is the problem. We have to have an open mind about things because Jesse Jackson is like Obama to some people. So he's the savior. He's everything to some people. So you have to have an open mind to listen. That's all we're asking for those ones who feel that way about Jesse Jackson.
Yeah. Anybody that still got hope in Jesse Jackson.
It is. You saw people's out there. It is. It's people that got hope. Mm-hmm.
Jesse Louis Burns. Um, he was born October 8th, 1941, in Greenville, South Carolina. So he's born in Greenville, not Chicago.
Right.
Okay. His mother was Helen Burns, a 16-year-old high school student at the time. And then he had his father, Noah Lewis Robinson, a former neighbor, and a married man in his 30s. Side bitches for life. All right. He was later adopted by his stepfather, Charles Jackson, and took the name Jesse Lewis Jackson. Despite being a national figure, Jesse Jackson's roots are Southern and working class, deep in the segregated Jim Crow South. That history shaped his early activism, but as he rose in influence, he used his identity, civil rights language, and corporate access to build a brand and political empire, often at the expense of the grassroots.
Mhm.
Um, Despite being a national figure, um, he he started with I didn't even know this, but Dorothy Tillman.
Yeah, when I found that out too, that was a shock to me.
Right.
Dorothy Tillman. Mm-hmm.
So both Jackson and Dorothy Tillman were members of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s Southern Christian Leadership Conference, SCLC. They participated in pivotal events like the Selma to Montgomery marches and were active in the Chicago Freedom Movement, focusing on combating housing discrimination, and systematic racism in the North. Their collaboration during this era laid the foundation for their enduring political alliance, aka corruption.
Mm-hmm.
In 1985, Dorothy Tillman became the first woman to serve as the alderman of Chicago's Third Ward, a position she held until 2007. Throughout her tenure, she was known for advocacy on issues like reparations for slavery and economic development in the Black community. Jackson and Tillman often support each other's initiatives, leveraging their combined influence to address the social and economic disparities in Chicago. There's still economic and social disparities to this day. Despite their long-standing alliance, there were moments of political division. In 2007, her runoff election, Jesse Jackson Jr., that's Jesse Jackson Sr.'s son, endorsed Pat Dow, who challenged Tillman for her seat. And that endorsement highlighted the evolving political dynamics within Chicago's Black leadership and marked a shift in alliances.
Oh, so wait a minute. So now in other words, they fell out with each other because the son Jesse, he endorsed Pat Dow and studied her.
Yeah.
So they had okay, but her and Dorothy Tillman and Jesse Jackson, they had started the chapter in Chicago, right? From
Yeah.
the Martin Luther King uh his whole administration. It's like a branch off from his administration, right? They had started the chapter in Chicago.
Well, it was. I'm about to get into it.
Okay, okay, okay.
It was called Operation Breadbasket from 1962 to 1971.
Okay.
It was founded by SCLC under Dr. King. Operation Breadbasket was created to improve the economic conditions of Black communities through boycotts and negotiations with white-owned businesses. Jesse Jackson became the head of the Chicago chapter in 1966.
Mhm.
The goal was to produce jobs for Black people where they would spend their money. They pressured companies to hire Black employees and do business with Black suppliers. Use boycotts and leverage. If a company didn't hire Black workers, they faced a boycott. This was the beginning of Jackson learning how to leverage corporate pressure, but critics argue that evolved into corporation shakedowns, um, and only used boycotts and bad press unless the companies donated or gave contracts.
So what you basically saying is they what was originally they used to when companies wouldn't hire black people, they would say, threaten them with boycotting and things like that, so they would have to. But then they became using that for leverage of corruption to get what they want instead of what the people would.
Yeah, turned
Okay,
into to political fiends. These are
okay, and extortion for
yeah,
money for them and their family. Okay, so
this is
in other words, skip us. It ain't about us no more.
yeah,
Okay. Hmm.
but get the people out.
Right. Like Al Sharpton.
Yeah,
Like same thing with Al Sharpton still doing to this day.
they all in the same gang,
Yes, same thing with Al Sharpton doing still to this day. Okay.
right? But it's dying down. It's not like, well, even though, I mean, they keep saying that Target, the Target boycotts are really messing up. But then when I talk to other people, they say Target is doing fine.
But who is it benefiting? You see what I'm saying? These boycotts and things, who getting the money or who, yeah, we gotta follow the money. Because we
Uh,
know what
this
Al Sharpton, okay, but let's talk about Jesse. Okay.
Operation Push,
Right?
People United to Save Humanity, that was founded in 1971. After he was suspended from SCLC, Jackson left and founded Operation Push, independent from King's movement. Push moved beyond employment to broader civil rights and political influence. Jackson used this platform for national power, courting corporations, launching presidential campaigns, and raising money. Push became known for private negotiations with
See?
corporations like AT&T, Budweiser, Coca-Cola, and others. Often resulted in donations, contracts, and appointments, but little transparency about who benefited, but we all know who benefited.
Mm,
Jackson family and allies received benefits like board seats,
mm,
gigs, and favors. Okay. Many people say it was a shift from him being this activist to access and enrichment, while it looked like he was advocating, but basically he was building his empire built on the movement.
right. In other words, selling out like every other would let everybody do. So they use black people, the plight of black people, to get what they want or get these people to give them what they want. But when they get it, it benefits nobody but themselves and their family and their people. And that's it. The community
Right,
goes to hell, but they're using us to
right,
enrich themselves, like the usual suspects. Yeah,
like the usual. You know how it go.
yeah.
All right. Thank you
But
for the donations, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
but we love them. But these are people that we love and keep in power, and you better not say nothing bad about.
At all.
Yeah,
They hate us right now. All right. Um, Dr. King's assassination was followed by the conflict among SCLC leadership. Um, Jesse Coon Jackson quickly positioned himself as the heir to the civil rights mantle. So as soon as they kicked him out, now mind you, they was beefing. You
right,
understand?
right, right. They wasn't getting along.
Yeah,
Remember, King wasn't getting along because Jesse was trying to do, undermine him doing stuff. Right, because he had, yeah,
right. Um, Abernathy said that Jackson was lying about holding Dr. King as he died. and he was profiting from the death.
Okay.
And Push, unlike SCLC, was a solo vehicle not accountable to a wider leadership structure. Um, so they weren't even
So he was establishing his own thing, trying to be into power. So in other words, like he used Dr. King, who Dr. King was, used that to establish his own branch. And like the people usually do, try to branch, do their own thing. And now they want to mess with you, the competition, the one who even gave them their star. Now we got to get you out the way so I can be the leader.
right. You know how they do.
Mm-hmm. Typical suspect. The typical, yep.
Yes. Also, people say that he was not on the balcony. They also say that he exaggerated his role in King's final moments, and he came back to Chicago with blood on a shirt and was walking all over Chicago. They for like a week or something like that.
I mean, just really. So, in other words, like they do, like these people do, they always, it's a dramatic. They just want it. It's all theatrics. It's
Right.
all you were right, theatrics. Just like they. So you want to walk around now, act like you got a shirt on your blood. This is Dr. King blood on my. I can't take it off. This is blood walking around for theatrics.
I'm gonna walk all through. I'm gonna walk all through these streets.
Right. Just.
Let me go tell Daly Senior. Let me go tell Daly Senior I killed King. I killed King, and now I could take over Chicago. Because to be quite honest, if you think about the time that all this happened, right, and he had the Chicago chapter, and he's not from Chicago, so he don't care about Chicago anyway.
Right.
I don't know. I gotta go find her. Look, they that was a time that you don't know what was exchanged. Well, never,
Mm-hmm.
because it wasn't any cameras or anything now. So, like I say, that now you can really get you know, everybody know what it is. All right. I'm gonna start with these kids, but then I still gotta deal with him. All right. I want to discuss also um, Jesse Jackson and Donald Trump.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we also so far we established that he was with Dr. King. He started off, in other words, Dr. King was already established. Jesse Jackson came, Dr. King brought him along, and he branched off and got his own little thing. They wasn't getting along. They wasn't getting along. He got, huh?
He profited off Operation Breadbasket that was already happening, but basically Abernathy wasn't with his BS. And
Mm-hmm.
so I mean not Trump or King, and unfortunately he passed away shortly after they I guess kicked him to the curb. But he used that like they still do to this day. People's our pain, especially our pain for their financial gain. Like
Okay.
situation with me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I go get killed fighting this, they'll every person that's an activist right now in Chicago will ready to stand beside me, ready to stand beside, my family, and ready
Mm-hmm.
to do everything they need to do. But while I'm right here, I can't get no press conference. I can't get
Mhm.
by me. Y'all, you understand? Like
Right.
none of that
Right.
stuff. Unless it benefits them. You understand? So that's why I'm making it very clear that it's election time coming up, election season. Don't ask me to endorse none of y'all. Don't ask our group to endorse none of y'all, because y'all not about helping people. Y'all not about solution. Y'all not about the people. Y'all are Jesse Jacksons.
Mhm. Mhm.
The cycle will continue, because if y'all don't know, if y'all ain't trying to make a difference now, then you're never going to make a difference, and we don't need that type of person in office.
You definitely don't, because it's about them. Hold on, it's about them.
Yeah, it's about them. All right. Like I said, I wanted to get back to Jesse Jackson and Donald Trump. Um, oh, she all right over there. I don't know what's going on with these. All right, there we go. Yes, she definitely sold us out a long time ago. All right. In the 1980s, Jackson praised Trump multiple times. He awarded Trump at a Push Wall Street Project event for helping black entrepreneurs. Trump helped him. That's publicly called Trump a friend of black businesses and never criticized him until Trump ran for president.
Wow. 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 So they were friends. I remember that. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, Trump was because we we were living in Chicago. I mean, I'm from Chicago, born and raised, whatever. And like my mother would volunteer, and they loved Trump. That's what they loved Trump. Trump was like the
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 bad.
white man that everybody loved. We knew him as the person who was for the black people. He helped the black people. Period. That's how we knew Trump as. So that's telling.
Right.
Now,
Uh,
I'm done.
Sorry.
No, I'm done.
Jackson used Trump's platform and money. And then, like they all do, be slaves to who's the next person up and coming that's gonna have that check for them. Not gonna pass no bills, no legislation. Not gonna make sure that the money that's allocated to our communities is really to our communities. They're gonna get the check and put it in their pocket, or figure out how to launder it through another shell company and another nonprofit and a church and
Hmm.
things, like they usually do.
Hmm.
Um,
So him and Trump were great friends. Great friends.
yeah, friends. He got him the money.
Hmm. Because he funded him when well, I guess we'll talk about that.
Well, no,
Oh, but he funded him when he ran for president. Because remember, uh, back in when he ran in the 80s, to become the first black president, that wasn't even heard of. So wasn't nobody messing with him because they wasn't gonna allow that. And Trump believed in him or helped him. And Trump
yeah,
the one who funded him. And got him his office that he, like you said, in New York, got him all those things. And I believe Trump twice, because Jesse Jackson ran twice, right? And Trump
mhm,
funded that and helped him. So this is the Jesse Jackson that we are talking about. The person who Dr. King, we see what he did with Dr. King, and now we see what he did to Trump. All the people that Snake, all the people that helped out, all of the use people to get what he want to enrich him, and that's it. After that, they trade on you. Snake.
even when they say that back in the day, Trump uh, policies were not his housing policies were not for blacks. He was Jesse Jackson ain't said nothing about that. Jesse Jackson took his money.
Right, right. That's a good one, Zoe. Yes. I didn't think about that. Why Jesse Jackson didn't protest that and things like that?
Yeah, why he didn't cut him off when he took that page out for Central Park 5.
Exactly. He was, yes. Why didn't Jesse Jackson step up, y'all?
It was business, business.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yes, that's a good one. Why he didn't if protest, hey Trump, let's go, we gotta have a protest. You're doing because it wasn't that. It wasn't, first of all, Jesse Jackson, he wasn't money. He about money, about enriching his pocket, but he knew that what Trump was doing was business. He knew it wasn't like they're portraying it to be now. That's what he knew.
And this comes from someone that I appreciate. And what she says is, and she's got my OGs. So they called in this week for me. Make sure I touch everything because a lot of stuff I wasn't born yet or I was young, stuff like that. I remember certain things that my family would talk about, and whisper. Like everybody knew he was some crap, but you know we're one of them people that even though we don't stick together the way we need to stick together, we get. It's like as long as we get some type of, as long as that person gets some TV time or something, it's like I mean, at least he doing something. You understand? It's like not
Mhm.
trash. Like y'all should have got rid of him, just like y'all should have got rid of Joe Biden. Like no way
Mhm.
he should have got up to a vice president, should got up to a president. Like none of that. Like that falls on y'all for real, for real. People love to talk about Justice Jackson like he's untrustable. But let's be honest, Operation Push was built on the pain of black workers experiencing discrimination, and Jesse leveraged that pain to negotiate with corporations like Ameritech. He didn't always demand justice, he demanded access. Um, when the real people who were actually hurt got no real solutions, a few people got fired. Where was the long term change? So for a minute, he was. It was the discrimination in a workplace grift was happening.
Mhm.
He told everybody that was dealing with some type of discrimination or anything, especially because that mind that had to be in the early '90s, so affirmative action and all that stuff, right? So
Mhm.
tell people to go up to Rainbow Push, fill out everything that y'all have about you being discriminated in your workplace and all that stuff. And what Messy Jesse compiled everybody that put all the information and being discriminated against. He took this to these different people, these
Mhm.
corporations, and basically told them, basically extorted them.
Right.
But for their
Extort them.
gain, nothing never came about it for other people who people really was experiencing discrimination. So it's basically like an ambulance chaser. You understand? He wanted to get some money real quick. He was the man. You understand, like that, and somebody told him to do that, or he did it because he's a rich pimp, and used them. And some people literally got fired. So while he got what he wanted, like how y'all let y'all let Reverend Al Sharpton go talk to Target. Yeah,
Right. Y'all should have talked to Target.
yeah.
You
Well, y'all
shouldn't let.
talk to Target, but y'all let a coon that has never done nothing. He don't even got. You can't even find Reverend Al Sharpton. Reverend Al Sharpton don't even got a church.
Yeah. But
Never
why did you,
had a church.
and why would you allow him? First of all, we don't have no representation. But why would we allow this crook to go negotiate for us? Because all they do is like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, they go and negotiate what they need. Because
Right.
think about it, from this from this Target thing, what have black people benefited from?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out because Target has not implemented DEI back.
Yeah.
They're not going
So
to implement DEI back.
who's benefiting from this? And we keep allowing what we should have did was tell Al Sharpton, we don't need you to speak for us. If we all can't be at the table to see what you all negotiating, then we don't need you. And we don't need you at all. Let's just be clear. Ain't no way here I'll let him go negotiate for me. But for you all who want to do that,
No
why
point.
would you? We need to be at the table. What did you get from this? Because that's all it is. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, you all continue to let these people get rich off your backs. Now they living really good. The kids living good, going to the great schools, the family, everything. You still living in squalor.
Yeah, like I think Al Sharpton got a photo op and 2 tickets to the Met Gala.
And probably some money from these, yeah.
Because I don't know what they're trying to figure out what they're gonna do now because the Democrats ain't ever getting back in there. So they're trying to hold on to dear life with these illegals.
Oh yeah, crashing out. So they all because so is your boy Jesse Jackson with these illegals, but we'll get into that. Now what you were saying?
All right.
We was talking about Trump at the
Well, no, we were talking about about him doing that as far as the employment, the discrimination, employment grifts. You know how hard it is to find attorneys here. So imagine how hard it was to find attorneys back then, without social media showing the BS that's happening. Also, this is the man who took over for the civil rights movement. Like, this is the face, Jesse Jackson, in the city of Chicago, a Democratic stronghold.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There should be no problem getting what I need, getting a civil rights attorney. He should have a plethora of civil rights attorneys. You understand? But
he do it for illegals.
Well, yeah, but they gonna get the shit in the stick too because they don't care about nobody. And caring about these people. They care about what's the check that they gonna get. You understand? That's how this man moves. This how this man works. Now somebody says Target has brown storefront colors now. He's trying to reel us back in. Not really, because they're not doing DEI. Like, I think they're not. No, DEI is never coming back. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna personally make sure affirmative action never comes back. It doesn't do anything for us. Also, as you know, when it came to high profile cases, of course, Jesse Jackson showed up. It was even something that was happening. This guy told me they needed the union. It was like a small union problem. And in order for him to stand with them for like 2 minutes, they had to give him $5,000.
I hear that allegedly about Al Sharpton. If you want to say you got to pay him to come out, pay. Now this allegedly, so I can't. But this is what they saying about all of them. This is who these people are.
Yeah. So he had for basically he stand right there. He say, we will not let this happen. We will not let this happen. And then, all right, take that picture. All right.
Keep up alive. Keep up alive. And give my money.
Keep up alive. I need that 5,000 though. Thank you very much. When the cameras were rolling, it was never about sustained work on the ground. It always was, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. But the work behind the scenes didn't match the slogans. Jesse Jackson Jr. went to law school but never passed the bar. And I'm learning that if you are in the cliques of politics, clearly a lot of them don't pass the bar. Daley Jr. didn't pass the bar. These people stupid, like just dumb. But because of who they're aligned with, You know, you got to understand. Jesse Jackson been caught up in this sellout game since Daly Senior. And then you don't know how much Daly Senior paid him for the whole Dr. King situation.
Right.
You understand? Because this was the only place that 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 Dr. King, like, they were giving him a hard time to do,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right. So how to give him a hard time to do his protest, but Jesse Jackson can open up Operation Push like it ain't done.
Come on, y'all. That's where your critical thinking skills come in. I know they don't teach that in school no more. I know they tell you don't believe your lying ass and don't think. And I know they call it conspiracy theories, which we conspiracy theorists been right so far, 100%. The critical thinking skills. Now, Dr. Martin Luther King said it, right? Chicago was the worst, racist and everything he said. But had Jesse Jackson come in and was able to set up a
Operation.
whole operation here and get into these places. Y'all gotta think about it.
Yeah, I think. Wait, we got to go back to see when did he do Operation Push. Let me make sure, because all right, so he found it in 1971, right after. But he became the chapter of this. He became the Operation Breadbasket chapter here in Chicago in 1966. That was 2 years before the DNC here. The 1968 DNC was a DNC to remember. Like that's why I did my protest in memory of Dick Gregory, because he also protested 1968 DNC. Now I gotta see what Jesse Jackson was doing for 1968, because was he out there protesting because he had already set up his shop here in 1966?
Hmm. He probably was fake He probably was fake, still fake acting, fake doing the going through the motion.
Let's see something real quick.
Right. That's real suspicious. This dude just come along and just set up shop. You got Operation Push.
After his assassination, over 100 U.S. cities erupted in riots, including Chicago, where Jesse Jackson was based. And Jackson urged nonviolence in public, but was also seen as shifting the civil rights movement towards economic negotiation and media influence rather than a radical protest. See, that was the problem, because what we're learning now is history repeating itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
They find some narcissist, self-hating Negroes that keep this race riot weird stuff going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back then, and I always say this, that just like a lot of these white people that Black Lives Matter paid to start breaking windows and lighting stuff up, and then will hurry up and like get out the way and let us.
Mm-hmm.
So we would be the face, but they were the ones who did it. I feel like that's what happened with I feel like NAACP, them whites that was in there and people like that, they wanted to keep this going, keep this oppressed, keep us like we oppressed and like we don't know how to handle stuff. Like I just can't see us rioting like that after King's death, after King getting shot. Like I
Well,
can't see us riding to the point that we messed up our like that. Like they had class back. You understand? Like they had a little bit more class back there.
no,
Like
now I can see that. I can like I can see if you take out King, I can see the people acting a fool and getting. I can see that.
I can't see them. I can't see them them doing that to, like, we had all our businesses and everything. Like, I just can't see back then that we're just fucking up our own cleaners. We're just messing up our.
Yeah, now I don't see that. I don't see us doing that to our stuff, to ours.
That's what happened. Like, our whole that when the riots happened, when King was killed, that if you it was us, they said, that messed up our shops and stuff. And I just can't see, like, how reserved the elders are, even right now, with like what we're dealing with Hyde Park and all that stuff. These people were young back then. These were college. Like, I just cannot see them just messing up Stony Island when Stony Island was the place to be. Like, I just don't believe it. I believe that this shit has been like this for a long time.
Oh, okay. Like the like you said, like the Black Lives Matter, Antifa, like they bringing people in to do this, to incite these things, and then go back, and now we, and push us out there just to, So I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
They throw the rock and then go, and then we go in, finish the situation. I can see that, like now, like it happened, like you said, Black Lives Matter.
They hired some coons, but
Yeah.
it started with, like, I don't believe, like, I could see, like Grant, like, your mom's was like, that's when, like, the 2-family home was was a thing. Like I just don't believe in some of, like, Stony Island and stuff. I just can't see with Peel Hill being there, all that stuff. I just can't see that stuff happening back then. I feel like it was past, and I feel like this nigga had something to do with it.
Yeah, I listen. Now I ain't gonna put it past. Seeing what we see now, knowing we know now, is no way I will put it past him or them or anybody. It's no way. So anything is possible.
Well, somebody said after the death of MLK, yes, the city's turn. That, but the Civil Rights Act was 1964. He died. He was assassinated in 1968. Now I still don't believe it. When did crack get on the scene?
In the 80s, yeah, the 80s.
Like late 70s, though, I think.
Yeah, like 80s, yeah.
Doogie, heroin was, like, I know that was during the Vietnam War. A lot of people was on that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a 50-50, you understand? But I don't know. I just don't see. I don't see that now, because now that what I see with the whole George Floyd riot, you understand, all that stuff. I just don't. You pick and choose. Like, for instance, Trayvon Martin. That was a real situation. Like, ain't nobody go off because of that.
Right.
So, and he literally wasn't doing nothing.
Right.
So I don't understand how, like, we, like, to this day, I don't, like, everybody. There's one thing that Jay-Z has said on one of these songs. That's like, how y'all kill X, but Zimmerman's still living. Like, the streets is done. Like, that's a real thing. And I'm not saying go out, and because at the end of the day, he's fuck him, fuck Zimmerman. But real shit. Like, X came because of the fentanyl crisis, and because so much drugs was being trafficked during COVID, and while they was telling us that it was a big situation, a terrorist situation and all, basically, because that's basically our own version of a terrorist situation. They're killing us and all that stuff with the COVID thing. Meanwhile, Mexico and China is trafficking so much drugs here because fentanyl from China, and they sold so much cocaine and drugs during COVID because we didn't know what this was happening. So a lot of people relapsed. A lot of people went, so I don't know, but I just feel like Jesse had something to do with that. Like as far as the riot situation, because if you were taking over from what Dr. King built, and you were really on the same mission as him, regardless of how y'all fell out or any of those things, we would not be on here about talk about him like a dog. So I wouldn't have been in front of the Rainbow Push bad bitch breakfast that was a couple of weeks ago, that they continue to do for no reason. So I don't know. But yeah, that's I know I'm getting off topic, but I just always think about these riot situations because it doesn't make any sense to me. Jackson coined and promoted the term African American in 1968. You see, 1968 was when they should have been canceled him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 1968. Oh, they should have canceled his ass. As soon as he said African American, that's when niggas should have been like, that's what you should have, that nigga should have been burning down Rainbow Push. You want to burn something down? Rainbow Push 1968. It was
Yeah.
Rainbow Push should have never still be here to this day.
Right.
Okay. He encouraged Black Americans to use a culture rather than a racial label. But he claims Cherokee. So he's Cherokee and Irish.
So he not even, that's messed up. That's messed up how we let people who's not even from us tell us who we are and make money off us.
That nigga is a free of coon. Okay, he is
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson of Django. His name in Django was Sam too, the same name. But yeah, he was a Sam. Um, you know, he argued the term that the African American politically distant Black Americans from their legal identity as descendants of U.S. Chattel slavery, freedmen. So if he was really about that movement, he would have been pushing that. But
Pushing Freedman. Instead of
free
knowing that
African, because somebody paid him.
somebody like they paid him. They paid him.
Man, somebody said, look, because they knew that niggas was gonna start asking about that check. Because
That
everything happens in 1968, right? King get killed 1968, right? He get killed. Oh, let me make sure. Cause I don't want to get my man wrong now. Hold on, because I know DNC was in 1968. Let me see when Dr. King was killed.
yeah.
Somebody probably put it already, but I just want to make sure. I want to make sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I believe it was. But like you said, that was he got like all off.
Yeah, April 4th. Yeah. I always remember April 4th. 19 years, because I went to Lorraine Motel. Have you been to Lorraine Motel in Memphis?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we gotta go. Not Memphis. Yeah, Memphis. Yeah, Memphis. Yeah. I had a couple of shows out there around Dr. King's birthday. I took Mr. Gregory to Chuckles, and then we went for King's assassination. And I went in there. It was around that time, so they have a big thing at the it's a Lorraine Motel, but it's also a like museum.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you see how they get paid to sell us out, and they do it. You see what I'm saying? That's what they do.
Yeah. Um.
Because why would you do that? What made you just say let's? What made you think of the just change African American? What made you do that? If you didn't,
Just well, the same way as he appeared on national media wearing a blood-stained turtle
yeah,
from that night. Everything all happened. So he probably they probably told him,
yeah,
All right.
Exactly.
It's time to bring in the night. It's time to bring in this African American.
Because they're gonna be demanding their money. Exactly.
Because Trump, because I mean not Trump, but because King said
Hmm.
coming for the check. Uh,
And
so
this is the way to get that to isolate them, where they would never get it because African American is what? Who is that? You know what I'm saying?
somebody that was two Nigerians that came over here, got
Yeah.
citizenship, and then had a Nigerian child. That's an African American.
You're right. That wasn't us, but that's the way to do it. That's something. Wow.
Is an African American.
Hmm.
I don't know, maybe in my eyes. So yes, everything happened in 1968. So that's crazy. He turned us automatically into African American in 1968. He, uh, he wore he wore King's blood on him in 1968. Later on that night, like like that's how could you think about getting on TV if you were next to like Dr. King was like everything back then.
Hmm.
Like that was some people like that was their teacher. Like they anything that he was on, they were on.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is a person who's cut like I mean, mind you, they don't have cell phones. They don't get texts. You know what I'm saying? These people are like literally snail mail, a phone call, hey, he's gonna be here these days. Expecting that he's gonna come these days. They waiting for him as soon as he gets into the whatever town he's going into. Same with X. Same with Mr. Gregory. Same with all these people that sticking they neck on the line. For us, and he was a major political, and he was a political figure regardless because he had to go to the White House, but a political figure, a reverend, a teacher, a husband, a father, all of these things, a leader, and and he not even rocking with you, like you the last nigga he really even
Hmm.
but you happen that you just gonna be on mainstream TV that night, the night they, why they rioting, why they rioting outside? Because we messed up our own communities, right? Everybody had on a suit and kitten heels and a long dress and stuff like that. They start just messing up our little. We was doing real good. We were doing real good back then. Even with them passing the civil rights movement, it didn't matter. I mean, the Civil Rights Act. We had already made up our mind. We wasn't fucking with the government.
We was better doing Jim Crow than
Right? Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I was
I mean, we
gonna
was.
say you
So,
picked. Huh?
no, I'm listening to
You
you.
picked. You decided that that's the day you're gonna go get on TV with his blood to say what that you was up there.
Photo op,
He should
theatrics. He
ask
need.
like, where was the shoot? Where was the Panthers? Somebody should have whooped his ass.
And then they should have. They should have. We should. And you can think about it. Could you imagine the hate? Because you got haters and the jealousy. He probably was hating on Dr. King, jealous of him. Because he the man, he want to be the forefront. He want to be that leader, and he want to get everything Dr. King got, the praises, the accolades, the money, and things. Just on the right, a snake, a hater.
Always had a thyroid problem because them eyes was always big as fuck.
Yeah, a hater, probably just envious of him.
Yeah,
Couldn't
yeah.
pray.
A clown, Jesse Jackson clown. All right. Um, they say his wife is known to be at Jackson Park Hospital all the time, but not for her leadership. Out of his crap. He was not a great guy, so she, was drinking. Jesse Jackson Jr., I can say, he just was just basically him and Jonathan Jackson just used all of the influence that his dad had to get him in politics to do absolutely nothing either.
Get paid. They getting paid. They getting paid.
They say his oldest daughter Jacqueline, she wanted to be a singer, but that never really happened. Um, they all had a show on more than had a show on WVON. Um, and they say also Jonathan Jackson it's like all over the place. I mean, it's erased, but I do remember back in the day. But it was rumors that he had an affair with his nanny who ended up pregnant. They love um, impregnating their nannies now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, of course. That's live-in booty.
Huh?
That's live-in booty. That's access. You got live-in booty.
Um. Then,
Oh,
then he was messing with this newscaster, but she passed away, and he taught at Chicago State. I don't know what he taught at Chicago State, but that was wild. Um.
we talking about his son, Johnny. Which one? We talking about his son
Yeah,
now?
that was Jonathan Jackson. Uh,
Okay.
we're about to get into Jesse Jackson Jr.
Okay, so we talking about Jonathan Jackson. Okay.
Yeah, that was. And they say Yusef, me and Yusef got something in common. So if people may know what I'm talking about, I don't know, but they say that he get
Mm,
and
mm,
uh, that they don't like it. The family don't like it.
mm.
The nerve of them not to like anybody. The way that they have effed over the whole black community
Right.
or African American community, whatever he identifies us as.
Whatever he coined the phrase, they should, what you say, coined the phrase African Americans.
Right. Um, there's also I want to get into
So we already talked
well, no,
about Johnson.
Jesse Jackson was he popularized the term African American in the late 1980s. So excuse me, I said 1968. The 1980s. He famously said, "It puts us in our." This is where y'all really should have. This, like, I blame y'all. Like real talk.
Yeah.
Because what I'm about to tell y'all, they said this is what he says is crazy. It puts us in our proper historical context. Every ethnic group in this country has a reference to some land base, some historical culture base. African Americans have hit that level of maturity. Y'all let him say that. Y'all let him say that African Americans have hit that level of maturity. Who is African American? The niggas who boycotted the Montgomery buses, them was the African Americans.
Somebody, like you said, he was paid to do that.
The
Yeah. That
the
was,
19 race riots, all
mhm.
Tulsa, the one in Chicago, all over. They were African Americans.
That was a way to, like, that was a way to,
The 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. He didn't know nothing about them amendments.
yeah. That was a way, like you said, they knew
What?
that
You
they
said
knew they knew we was gonna start, at the king about our money, right? And they knew that because it was all about the economics of us. So they knew that, and they got on top of it. you know, where they already probably planned this already. And that's why he did that African American, because now that's dead. What do that mean? You see what I'm saying?
And then if he did it in the 1980s, that was when crack hit.
They
So,
pushed off, y'all.
so people weren't really paying attention because we dealing with that. We dealing with them coming in with the whole welfare shit and all that. So
Getting the fathers out the homes, and they can't be in the homes and things like that. Yep.
but he probably acknowledged his Irish and Cherokee ancestry, um, and his own family heritage that's far more mixed. And he didn't push for Native American rights either. He didn't even push for Cherokee freedmen for anyone. And anyone, he just made sure he was good.
Yeah.
And he didn't care about no U.S. chattel slavery. Like y'all, man, between him and then Al Sharpton with that perm back in the day, like it's no way in the world I would have took these people seriously. Like,
Yeah. And Al Sharpton back in the day had been getting cases about fraud and stealing back in the day. So it's no way he should even be allowed now. Even, okay, let's just say they didn't have social media. Let's just say they were just fooled. Let's just say that. But even now, it's no way Al Sharpton should be able to talk to on behalf of nobody.
no.
We shouldn't allow it. Period.
Well, these are the people they've learned how to come like they actors. All these people on the Democratic side is actors.
Yeah.
So they get in acting mode when it's time to deal with politics, but politics is really a real life thing that's ruining the community. That's ruining all of America now. Like it was already keeping us down, and you will have these people. They've learned how. See, the Democratic machine has been running like this ever since the beginning of time. Even when it came to the first 14 presidents, the first 14 presidents of the United States was Democrats. Understand? And Abe Lincoln, he was number 15. And then as soon as he freed us, they blew his brains out.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Johnson got in there and messed us up again. So this machine has always been not good. The Democratic machine has never been for us.
Mm-hmm.
Ever, and I don't know why we never connected to history as far as like, well, why haven't we got back to the Republican side? Like we never really gave them a side because we never really gave them time. Like they did, you know.
A lot of things. Well, yeah, exactly. They did a lot of things, but see, like the Democrat Party has been so this, like we were just talking about. They've learned how to go into in the community and convince the masses, you know, of these lies. They mastered that. They're evil. These people are Satan, and so they mastered the connery and divisiveness and the mind. Just tricking you. Mind control and things. So they mastered that, and they go into the community and do that. Whereas the Republicans, what are they doing? They're not coming in and doing what the Democrat Party do. They don't do that. So
Right.
So that's the issue. They know anybody that the Democrat has mastered the art of keeping you as a victim. They find new victims. So first it was us. We were victims and we need them. Then now they convince the LGBTQ that they victims. The trans, you're a victim. See, this is what they do. And they keep finding new victims. Now illegal aliens, you're the victim. They are so mean to you. So this is how they keep in power. This is what they do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's get into Jesse Jackson Jr. and Sandy Jackson. They were married. Year 2003. Jesse Jackson Jr. elected to U.S. Congress, representing Illinois' 2nd District. 2007, Sandy Jackson was elected as Chicago Alderwoman for the 7th Ward. 2008, 2012, Jesse Jackson Jr. stole over $750,000 in campaign funds for personal expenses, including luxury watches, vacations, memorabilia, and everyday items. 2012, a federal investigation into Jackson Jr.'s campaign funds intensifies. February 2013, Jesse Jackson Jr. pleads guilty to charges of conspiracy and wire fraud relating to stolen campaign funds. May 2013, Jesse Jackson was sentenced to 30 months in federal prison. September 2013, Sandy Jackson pleads guilty to filing false tax returns related to her failure to report benefits and expenses that she was stealing. November 2013, Sandy Jackson was sentenced to 12 months in prison. 2014-2015, Jesse Jackson Jr. serves his sentence at a federal correctional facility, and Sandy Jackson also serves her time. Jesse Jackson was released in 2015, and he thought he was going to get a pardon from Jim Crow Joe Biden, but that didn't happen. And he remains politically active with giving advice. I don't know why, but giving advice and stuff to his Jonathan Jackson.
How you gonna give advice to steal? I mean, come on, your advice. Why would I take your advice and your advice landed you in jail? Then you gonna advise me to steal? What you gonna advise me to do?
Well, I know that I seen Jesse Jackson Jr. last summer at the Wayfair event that they hold at the is that the Sears Tower? I know they call it something else, but the Sears Tower. And he and Youssef was on the stage, and they were talking to the audience, and they were like, Jesse Jackson Jr., they were in there capping so hard for Kamala Harris. Like, I mean, and they were all, now is Wayfair, I mean, Waymaker is an event, a summit for males. You know, for males, I brought Mr. Blakemore there. A couple, George Blake. I brought George there. So you got a group of all these men that are in there listening to Jesse Jackson Jr. basically beg them to vote for Kamala Harris in the upcoming election because he was hoping that she was going to get in because he promised her pardon, so he can get back in these political streets. See, he's not pardoned, so he can't get in nothing right now. Like he could try to run for a federal position, but ain't nobody rocking with him. And so he was hoping to get a pardon like Walter Burnett Jr. Yeah, you know, he's a bank robber, but he's pardoned. So that's what he was hoping to get, so then he can get back into these political streets. But he was so busy, like, I mean, he looked crazy. He didn't even look like himself. Like, he looked like he was like basically like a because that's what it is. Like, they are salespeople, but they're in the desperation of selling right now. Well, at that point, because nobody was not going. You understand, when it came to Kamala Harris, like, man, we ain't for that. You understand? Like, nobody's not for it no more. So he was really, Youssef was, you know, he was being reserved, but he still, you know, said his little things too. But basically, it was just Jackson Jr. like, the time is now, and we have to, and da da da.
Yeah, doing this, and who was it gonna benefit, y'all? Him.
Yeah.
going this hard, knowing that it's all for his own benefit. He knew that we wasn't gonna benefit. He knew that was gonna hurt us with these illegals and what she about. She can't even first of all, America was already going downhill fast. Now if she would have gotten in, it was going to be over. She don't know how to do nothing. It wouldn't have been her even running the country. So he knew this was going to destroy us for real. Yeah, but all he wanted was his own benefit, a pardon, and probably like money for him capping for her and things like that, so he can get back in the political game, get his money back. So this is who these people are. They know that nothing that they tell us is going to benefit us, but it's not about you. They don't care about you. It's about what they are going to get out of this. That's it. It's all for themselves, and that's what these people are.
It was all for themselves. She probably promised him also a job on her administration.
Mm-hmm.
All these people that they promise jobs to their friends and stuff, they have no idea. Like I got some dope ass friends that would look great in a cabinet if I had a cabinet. But why would I put them in the cabinet in a position that they know nothing about to invest in me?
Right.
No. However, you can come to the parties.
Right.
Events, make sure you're there, make sure you don't worry about that. But girl, hell no, you ain't gonna be in, or hell no, dude, like why would nah? So people gotta understand that too. When you get into the position, you can put your peoples on, but it don't have to always be a job, especially when it comes to you dealing with people. You dealing with all different walks of people, especially when it comes to the government. Understand, like you can't have just that's the issue right now with Brandon Johnson. He sold out to a cartel. He also sold out to CTU. He also sold out to he's already a preacher kid, so he already dealing with, he already know the cliques and politics when it comes to this whole mega church, this church grift that these black priests are trying to hold on to, but that's being done too. Like it don't matter how many prayer circles he does or how many corrupt preacher kids that he has that stands beside him, like Tory Barrett. You going to go get Tory Barrett, who also is some shit just like you, who steals property, who steals land from people, and does the same thing. Y'all both for the same thing. New Life, you're running these shelter franchises with you.
Mm-hmm. Most of these churches, people need to see. Who did they stand behind when we was talking about with these illegals, and we were talking about how dangerous it was in our community and what was happening? The church said they stand by Brandon Johnson because they all getting paid. This is who these people are. You had a bunch of pastors standing behind him doing that. I don't know if y'all remember it, but yeah. And so
one like a couple of days ago.
See?
Like right after the DOJ probe.
Oh yeah, the one with the show. Yeah, with the one with him.
Even when we went down there, you see how they had them preachers in there and stuff. Yeah, they bring out the sellout preachers.
Yes, y'all. We have to. We got to get this cancer out of our community, because these are the people who have been getting rich off our backs, and they only benefit themselves. It's no way that we should be letting any of these people speak on our behalf or even represent us or even feel like they have a chance of representing us. We should let them, they should know that, ain't no way, ain't no way. And if I do try to talk about anything concerning the Black community, they're going to get on my butt. So they should know this. We should have them so much in check and let them know that don't even speak on our behalf. Leave us alone.
At all. But
yeah. It's no way they should be getting up there talking about the illegals are just like the black, comparing our slavery plight to illegal aliens coming over here. It's no way they should feel they're comfortable with saying these things, but we allow this. We allow it.
Right. So then we have U.S. Representative Jonathan Jackson. He is the son of Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. And he's always had issues with sometimes questioning about his campaign money too, but nothing really came out of it. But during his 2022 congressional campaign, Jonathan Jackson received over $1 million in support from associated with the cryptocurrency industry, including funds from PAC largely funded by cryptocurrency executive Sam Bankman-Fried. The influx of dark money drew criticism from opponents who he was going against, who questioned the alignment of such support with Jackson's progressive platform. Of course, he responded with stating that they were independent uh, expenses and that he neither solicited nor could control them. Also, in that same campaign, he failed to file the required personal financial disclosure report, of course, on time. Um, and it's an obligation for congressional candidates, especially ones who want transparency and want to, make sure everybody's all on the right page. But Jesse Jackson, the Jacksons is different. But he says that he understands that it was an issue when it comes to the oversight, but it was just a misunderstanding, and that it will never happen again.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Um, he's running again this year, and I believe that this will be his last term. Jonathan Jackson, I reached out to Jonathan Jackson in 2023 when this situation happened. When this situation happened, because I thought that these people was about change, and I also thought like just off the strength of when I seen him for the first time in 2016 and 17, when I seen him at the promontory when he came to see Dick Gregory, and we had a conversation, I would think that he would just did off the love of Dick Gregory, you know what I'm saying, to look into it. However, he never responded to me or anything like that. But I remember Mr. Gregory telling him right there in the green room that he cannot stand his dad.
Mm.
Daddy is a piece of shit, and just start going off. I mean, but talking to him, I was listening. You know what I'm saying? But it was them having a conversation, and Jonathan like nodded his head, like I know, but that's your father. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got it like that. But I could tell. I mean, I never got into it to ask Mr. Gregory why he didn't like Jesse Jackson, but I mean, probably just like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows the real deal when it came to King and the whole, you understand, like all that. And then also I told you, Mr. Um, Gregory, like he from St. Louis, but he got his start, his start here. Even when he went to college at I think SEIU, whatever, Saluki, whatever the people call it. But yeah, like he got there, but he got his like from Roberts Motel to that nightclub, Herman Roberts nightclub, to when the dude from Playboy, I can't think of his name now, but Hefner. Hugh Hefner went and got him from Herman Roberts nightclub, brought him downtown to the Playboy Club. But he was down there. He was with all that. You understand? And then he gave up his entertainment to fight for the movement. Like there's a thing I always say. Like there's a video that's out where when Malcolm X calls Mr. Gregory a puppet, but he talks about the entertainers at that time. He said Lena Horne. He brought up a lot of them, and people always say, like, do you feel some type of way that he said that? No, because you got to understand, like, when you in a that's why Mr. Greg used to always say entertainers was nothing but pieces of shit, because he actually dedicated his life to this movement. And before that, Malcolm X didn't know that.
Right.
You understand? Like, when you out here, when you see the BS, when you like, there's people that I've called coons that I take back. Vashawn be one of them.
And people that you call friends or people about the movement that you got.
I'll never ever be cool. Yeah, but I take back. Like, there's a video that's out. There's some things I know Vashawn probably said about me. I'm never gonna look at it, don't care about it, because we squashed our beef. But before then, you get mixed. They have no cell phone, no nothing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yup.
Paying this man, I don't know what it is. We got a movement going on. Like, when you in these moves, like, when you're like, we're in a movement. You understand what I'm saying? And you see what we're dealing with. So imagine back then with X, where X don't play no games. See, X wasn't no. I'll come and tell you what it is. And if we get crazy, it get crazy. But I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit for you.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna sugarcoat stuff for you. I ain't no sugarcoater. Understand? Like, it is what it is. So, but to say that, yeah, did Gregory hated Jesse Jackson, and Jesse Jackson was not allowed to come to any shows that Mr. Gregory had, because he didn't fuck with Jesse Jackson. And mind you, that's 2016, 2017. I don't know when they started pushing dead Jesse around, because Jesse almost dead. Like, they keep rolling him around. He can't barely talk. He can't eat. He can't. All he do is drink some water out of a little sippy cup. But they will roll him into anywhere. Like, they rolled him into, not 2 Fridays ago. Brandon Johnson had this lady named, I forgot her last name, Soto, sneak some of the High Park Newport condominium residents up to the 5th floor or 6th floor, and to talk about, basically lie to them about that shelter and all that. And they said probably about 20 minutes in, who they rolled in? Jesse.
Because Jesse, the seniors and stuff, they love Jesse Jackson. Keep hope alive. So they gotta get people that face. I don't care if, like you said, they gotta roll them in. You gotta understand, these people are at their last result. They trying anything, whatever gonna stick. Okay, roll Jesse in. Okay, well, Jesse can't even walk, he can't talk, whatever. Just a face. They need this.
Yeah, like, they didn't say nothing because he can't talk. He can't talk at all. Like, he don't know what he's doing, but they will roll him in every time. I remember when they were trying to do that Bishop Ackery. Let me see, I think his name is Ira Aki. They were trying to put him on the CTU, not CTU, CTA board. Right, he's a bishop or something. Hold on, make sure I got it right.
Yeah, so all the Democrat Party give y'all is a face. They give you nothing that's gonna benefit you, but they gonna give you a face to say, "Oh my God, look at him, look at Jesse, look at Obama, that's all they got for you, a face, a black face, a supposedly black face, because these people not even, black, but
right, African American.
Yeah. They give you this, and that's all they got. And they think that's what's going to move you to do whatever they want you to do. You're going to have a face to say, keep hope alive. Keep that fist up. And everybody go, oh, God, whatever Jesse say, we got to do it.
But those are the African Americans.
Those, yeah, you're right. Those are the African,
Yeah, anybody that follows Rainbow Push, follows the Democratic Party, any of them, y'all are African Americans.
Yeah.
And so y'all will never get
Anything. They made sure that. So all y'all fighting for reparations and all that, talking about African Americans, they made sure that that's why he did what he did.
that's why he
That
that's why he that's why he's drinking out of a sippy cup right now.
hmm
Okay. But yeah, but Ira
Okay.
Ackery is a reverend. And in 2023, he saw an appointment to the Cook County Board of Commissioners to fill the vacancy left by Brandon Johnson's elected as mayor. He also accepted a nomination from Mayor Johnson to serve on the Regional Transportation Authority, RTA. However, everybody was like, no, I was there. I was there when the Hispanic KKK was really pushing for him not to be there because they were pushing for a Hispanic to take that, right?
Wow.
That so they weren't for him. As a plus, but there were some people that had reasonable like things. Like I'll say, for instance, um, Matt O'Shea. Like Matt O'Shea was like, I don't understand why this reverend, like what experience does he have
Right.
to be on? You understand? Like what But this was when it came. But anyway, so it was 2 appointments. So they bring him in there, Reverend Ira Ackley. And so one of the things that they had asked him, this is what I knew this is 2023 when this is when I'm realizing like this is a game. Like there's no way in the world.
This is really
No way
like
in the world people are following the Democratic Party. Like
it's no way in the world.
there's no way in the world. So I'm in the video. I mean, I'm in a small room, right, for his appointment. Who they roll up in there? Jesse Jackson, right? So we in there, and Ira's sitting at like this table, Reverend Ira or whatever, and they're asking him questions like about CTA and do you, because they already was moving the other dude out, the CEO dude, which he's trash anyway. So I did agree with that, but they were still trying to hold on to him too because he was sorry just like the rest of them. So they at the table and he's saying stuff like, well, yeah, I used to take the CTA when I was young. I used to take it when I was a little boy, and it was and I saw the differences between coming from the south side to the north side, but I used to take it. Matter of fact, I took the bus today. I took the bus down here today. I said, nigga, shut up. Like, just shut up. You know damn well you did not take the CTA down here. No, you did not. You got in your car, and your expensive ass car, your tax deductible, and you drove down there and thought you was gonna get this appointment. And that they wrote Jesse Jackson down there, and I remember Miss Jessica and I just talking behind him like this is some bullshit. Like he's not even qualified.
Right.
And Jesse Jackson turned around. He barely could turn. He turned around and he put his finger up like this, right? And like looked at Miss Jessica and like pointed for her to come to him, right? So she went over there and he whispered that he used to be a part of the movement. Like we don't know who the fuck he is.
That's why we're saying, Jesse, we know exactly who you are. That's why we said what we said. We know.
Part of the movement, and so the Reverend Ackery, and and you gotta understand what's going on. So Ms. Jackson says, I know exactly who you are, Jesse Jackson, or whatever. And I also know about the clergy, these crooked clergy.
Yeah.
So then he brings up, I guess basically asked her what her issue was, her problem was. So she says, well, I'm dealing with my mother's estate. She pointed to me. She's dealing with eminent domain. They stealing seniors' property, stealing black people property, all that. He says, look to the man to the right of him. The man to the right of him is named Chauncey Brown. He's a reverend. He says, give information to him, and we're going to set up a meeting.
So this Jesse Jackson himself said it. Okay.
With his 10 words. Because I'm trying to tell you, he can't talk.
Mm-hmm.
But when we talking about this appointment, that thank God it didn't happen. But when we start talking about that appointment, he turned around automatically and was like, nah, we're not gonna talk about him. You understand? Like, he for the move, he for us. And it's like, nigga, no, he's not. Like,
and you have no credibility with us. So whoever you say is, we're gonna go to the total opposite.
right.
You see what I'm saying? Whoever you endorsing, we're gonna make sure we go to total opposite of who you endorsing or who you telling us this man is not qualified to run to run that church, let alone run the CPA.
Oh, I'm trying to get these emails up with this.
Yeah, that's terrible how they just.
Yeah. Reverend Chauncey Brown, May 8th, 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Everything to him. Thank you. We were supposed to meet May 20th, 2024. Good afternoon. Reverend Jackson's schedule is on freeze at the moment. Please keep him in prayer. As soon as he's taking meetings again, I will let you all know.
So hold on. He told you he was gonna take, get with him so he can meet and see what's going on. Now, when you all try to set it up, he's not taking any meetings anymore.
Set it up.
Huh?
We had the meeting set up.
And he said, oh, he's not taking the meetings now.
The day of, he sends me that.
Wow. And that was in what time? What year? When was that date?
May 20th, 2024.
And he still haven't. You ain't heard nothing after that.
No. So then when I started, when I saw that law day first, I text him, but he got a new number now, so I sent him an email too. I said, good afternoon, Pastor Brown. Nearly a year ago, I asked to sit down with you regarding the city unlawfully demolishing my family's building. At the time, you mentioned Reverend Jackson wasn't doing well, yet I've since seen he's been active in the community. Y'all roll him everywhere. Now I see Rainbow Push is hosting Law Day, protecting the promise, focused on protecting illegal immigrants while Black seniors are being pushed out of their homes under the guise of TIF funding and our civil rights are violated daily. I'm once again requesting a sit down tomorrow either to discuss my family's case or the work my organization, Chicago Fist Red, is doing to bring these injustices to light. Looking forward to your response. Now, I sent him an email. He did respond back, and he basically said that he doesn't work with them anymore, but he will make sure that the message gets to them and all that, all that blase.
Yeah.
Blase. So yeah.
So I'm glad you did a follow-up, so it can't be no excuse. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how you do it. Call them out on their stuff. So now, no. I hit you up again because we see y'all rolling him around. He sure was there for when y'all had those lawyers to protect illegal aliens' families and keep them together and get them a civil rights attorney. He sure was there. You rolled them in. We saw him. He was there when it was, special guest was Beatrice Post de Leon, immigration. She over immigration and refugees. He was there. So y'all know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad you did that. Yeah. That's the show. The show.
Sure. So none of them can't tell me anything.
Right.
Like, it's personal for me, and that's what I think people need to understand. Like, Yeah, I'm out here fighting for all because I'm a humanitarian. I'm a public servant. I love people. I come from a product of a single mother, but my father was around, so I knew who he was. However, my mother took care of me. I loved me. So, and I have a nurturing spirit, and I love people. So, and I love kids and whatever. So, yeah, I'm out here. My personal fight with the city is for my family, for my mom, my godfather. But while I'm in this struggle, I see the issue. I see the problem. I see the loophole. I see that, oh, it's two things. We don't stick together. We have to
Yeah.
stop blaming the white man because it's not the white man at this point. This is the Democrat gatekeepers that are in our community. Those are the real socialists and the communists, if you want to keep it.
The Al Sharpton, the Jesse Jackson, these people like this that have showed us out. It's these people.
Yeah, these people. So that's one issue. And the other issue is we don't know our privilege.
Mm-hmm.
Our privilege, none of this would be happening right now. So that's what I've learned in this situation. When we first decided that we was protesting Brandon Johnson from coming from he couldn't come back over on the south side until he addressed the Hyde Park residents about the Newport shelter. We had first protested his birthday party. Then from the birthday party, then we heard that he was gonna be at the Operation Dr. King's breakfast. Mind you, Dr. King don't even rock with you, but you've been having this breakfast in memory of him for like you literally made everything off of Dr. King. Like,
Yeah.
and the crazy thing is, Coretta Scott King didn't even fuck with you.
Right. Because she knew he was a
Yeah,
snake, probably hater, jealous. That's why he had to get rid of him. You got a snake who going everything. They hate you because they want what you won't have. They want to be you. So they are going to do what they snakes. They're plot your demise because this is who these people are.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's basically what that situation is. But when I saw that he was going to be at Dr. King's breakfast, and I saw Jamal Bryant
The
on the
biggest sellout, that's another one. I can't see how people see what these people doing as far as all those affairs he had with his first wife and just who this person is. This person, everything he represents is anti-God. Everything. Y'all Christians kill me, or y'all people who believe in the Bible. The Bible can clearly tell you one thing, and you can see a pastor doing the opposite of what the Bible that you say you read, the Bible that you say that you believe in, the Bible you say is a word of God. You can see a pastor clearly doing the total opposite, and because you idolize man, you are sad with that man and not sad with the Bible that you say you believe. That's the standard for you Christians to say that's your standard. I'm a Christian, but the standard is the Bible that you say you read. If y'all gonna do it, let's do it. But then you got people, y'all pastors, that's going against everything in the Bible, and y'all still standing with them. So y'all idolize man over God. This is who y'all idolize. This is your God. So this killed me with y'all with these false preachers and pastors that got y'all so hoodwinked. That killed me. I just had to say that.
no, like it's the hypocrisy. Like it's the
Yes.
hypocrisy of all of this.
Do
Like
you believe the Bible or don't you? Is the Bible the word of God? Because if it's not, throw it all away. You can't pick and choose. You got pastors that's blatantly going against the Bible. Unaliving kids, they're blatantly siding with Satan. LGBTQ that y'all say y'all believe in, that they pushing that on the kids and everything. They so indoctrinate. The Bible tell you about the kids. So y'all say y'all believe this wholeheartedly, but you got a person who repping for this. You got everything that y'all say that's anti-God, and the reason what makes y'all judge people never. But y'all won't judge y'all preacher, or y'all won't hold y'all preacher who's supposed to be now A person like me and you, okay, we're not, we sin, we fall short, we do things like that. But you got a preacher who's supposed to be, the Bible tells you, in order for a person to be a preacher or a pastor, they have to have these standards. That's a must. Paul told you who a preacher and what type of standards they should have, and what type of name they should have. This man has none of that. Jamal Bryant has none of that good, must be, had discipline, must have one wife, once, all these things, have none of that. And this is who y'all hold up.
Right, he got
But
a
then, but
animal.
then a regular person who just falling short to sin, y'all want to condemn them to hell. But the pastor who's supposed to be held to a higher standard, he raping kids, all that, but going on, he the real down low, and y'all won't even hold that to that. Oh, y'all get him a pass all day. This would kill me.
But that's because it's the entertainment. It's like
Yeah.
if you're on TV, like it's sad. Like it's like damn, like in order, like that's what it is. Like they it's like ooh, he used to be with Giselle. You understand? Like ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like I went to Jamal Bryant. Kanye West had his Sunday service. And just moved to Atlanta, and Mike was invited, and so Mike, Tip, Chain, everybody went to Jamal Bryant's church. And it's far out, like it's like about 45 minutes to an hour from Fulton County or Atlanta or around that area. College Park, all that. So we get up there. Now I've been to Sunday service twice with Kanye West. Now Kanye West, when he doing his Sunday service, he is in another. I love his Sunday services. I wish he would get back with his Sunday services and cover Bianca up with some clothes. However, when we were there, after, I remember Jamal Bryant like trying to pass the donation, like trying to get donations after Kanye, doing his service or whatever. And I just remember like just all of like the rappers just like looking at this nigga like, hell no.
Because that's what a pimp. That's why I keep saying Chicago. I be like Chicago. Y'all can't be this dumb. Because we up on game. We know game. We know we being finesse. We know this. We know what pimps are. We had the biggest pimp on the west side. What's I can't think of his, what's a green magic? Huh?
Don Juan?
Yeah, we had Don Juan on the west side pimping. We all used to see him, know him, so we know game. And this is how y'all gonna act when y'all see game just being put in y'all face. We gonna be this stupid? For real. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
No, real talk.
Yeah.
And so that's my only memory I have of Jamal Bryant until Rainbow Push Day. So we went April 5th. I don't think you made it that day.
No, I didn't.
Nicole was there. Shout out to Dustin. Fuqua.
Justin, yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to Dustin. Dustin came over there. It was me and Dustin for a minute. Then Cole pulled up and Fuqua. And Fuqua just kept saying, "Duck, Jesse, duck." Duck. So anyway, I got there early enough, right? So it was April 5th for our Saturday morning forum, from standing to mobilization to answering the call, as we commemorate the anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination. You know how cringe that is? That this celebrates his birthday, his death as a birthday over there at Rainbow Push, and nobody fuck with him, and like his whole family don't fuck with him.
Right, that's just right. Because it's like, stop it. Stop trying to keep up this facade that we know it don't exist.
Yeah,
We know. So stop trying to still keep this shirt on blood on my shirt. I was right there with him, and he said, Jesse, take this mantle. I'm giving it to you, and you must further the mission. You know that. Stop that.
right.
Stop that. He didn't like you. His kids don't like you. The family don't like you. You was a hater. You probably was a hater, jealous of him. You probably wanted everything he was. You wanted to be and everything. And you probably,
Yeah, he was
was
that
the reason. You probably was the reason. Yup. So
ego. He was
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah. So stop it now. Trying to keep this facade going when everybody know what it is. But you got the ones who still believe, keep hope alive. You got the ones. So I guess it worked for some people.
Right. So it says the focus was reflecting on the legacy of Dr. King's final days, his fight for the Poor People's Campaign and economic justice, while recognizing that our moment demands immediate action. Connection to today, the ongoing battle against the voter suppression, white supremacy, and economic exploitation under MAGA extremists.
What voter is being suppressed? That's what I want to know because they told us that we were too ignorant to be able to get IDs to vote. So that's why they stopped voters ID because it was discrimination against us because we were too stupid to know how to go get an ID and too broke to be able to pay for an ID. So you would think if that was the case, they would say, okay, if we were that dumb, then okay, or that broke, okay, let them go get IDs. We won't charge them for that. If they really were concerned, we won't charge them to get IDs because they broke. They think we broke and we too stupid. No. Who was that? So we gotta have IDs for everything. Okay, if that's the case, why do I have to have an ID to get in anywhere? I shouldn't have to have ID if that's the case. So where is the voter suppression at? Because I know how to go get an ID. We have IDs. You got to have an ID that they say to get liquor. So black people got IDs. So who are you protecting? Who is it suppressing? It's suppressing illegals. That's who they're talking about. Voter suppression. That's that. Because it's not odd. We're not suppressed. We can go vote. We just don't want to, or we don't.
I think
So stop it.
it probably the African Americans.
The ones who came over here illegally, who not here legally.
Yeah,
The African, it's exactly.
so when
So
you
it's
look,
to keep the cheating. It's to keep them in power here in Chicago. Keep the cheating involved. No, Trump says we need voters ID, which we do. If you're an American, you should have voters because yeah, after y'all allow 22 million illegals over here, yes, we should have voter ID. But that's not that's what they hold. Come on. That's what killed me. They play with words what pisses me off is they think we too dumb to realize this or even to speak up for ourselves. That's what they think. That's what pisses me off. We too dumb to get IDs. We too dumb to know how to go vote. We too dumb. We can't afford it. We too dumb, Kathy Hochul in New York to know how to use computers. I mean, it's just this is who your real racist is. The Democrat Party. They showing you.
right, and I'm reading my passport because I'm not an
Right.
African American. So, and when I look at my nationality on my passport,
Hmm.
it says United States of America.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm an American citizen. Exactly.
We the people of the United States.
We the people. And see, that's what we got to get back to. We got to stop letting them keep tricking us because all they doing is trying to lump us in with illegal aliens and they're trying to get them these benefits. That voter suppression don't have nothing to do with us. We're not suppressed. We can go get an ID and we got IDs. So don't let them keep pushing this and playing these games with us. That's an insult. Y'all, we should take that as an insult. For real.
And I also think that people need to, I mean, the real ID thing I get, but the passport is more important. Like when you
Yes.
read up about the passport, like even like it says, in case of emergency, notify the nearest American embassy or consulate or the State Department Office of American Citizen Services and crisis management. So we have an American Citizen Service in crisis management
Right.
at 202-647-5225.
Right. This is for illegals, y'all. They trying to use our plight to push them in the door, to get them in that door. And they using us and they using our everything that they say we are ignorant, stupid. We don't know how to go get IDs. We broke all that. No, we not like, it's like Zoe keeps saying, no, I'm not oppressed. I'm not none of that.
President, I'm on my sixth lawsuit.
Yeah, yeah.
This law,
It's people playing with me and trying to be gatekeepers, like she keeps saying gatekeepers, and trying to lump us in with everybody else. No, we not oppressed.
I want to read this too, just before we get back on topic.
Okay.
It says, avoid violating foreign laws. Remember, while in a foreign country, you are subject to its laws. Penalties for violating local laws, even unknowingly, can be more severe than in the U.S. For similar offenses, deal only with authorized agents when exchanging money or purchasing souvenirs. If in trouble, contact the nearest U.S. embassy. If you are arrested, demand to see the U.S. consul.
So look what they're saying. When they are telling you, when you go to another country, you are subject to their rules, their laws, and it can be severe. It may be severe. We can't, because that's their country laws. Yet they want to let illegal aliens come into our country and now they're not subject to none of the laws that we had, and they want them to get all the due process, everything. And the law is you can't come over here illegally. So we are subject to every other foreign country laws, but yet the Democrats want people who come to America to say, I mean, whatever. They can do whatever they want to do. Because they right now fighting for them, the criminals, to not go, to keep the criminals. Now, I'm talking about criminals because you're a criminal when you came over here illegally. You broke the law. But I'm talking about people who came over here illegally and then broke the law when they got here. When they were in here, steady robbing, killing Americans, all that. They trying to see these people.
Right.
And trying to say President Trump is being inhumane and he's not, he's doing all this and doing all that. No. How's that? That's what I'm saying. It's a hypocrisy for us. And we steady going for this garbage that this Democrat trying to play with words and they're doing this verbal and mental gymnastic on y'all. And y'all letting them just play with y'all here and doing this Jedi mind trick and y'all falling for this dumb stuff. Falling for it. No, when you come over to a country illegally and you do whatever happens, it is what it is.
Right.
And then not only that, you come over here and they let you get in and not say that, and then you're gonna get a nerve, come over here and break the law and do something like kill an American citizen or rob American citizen, and now they fighting to keep these people here. Right. Come on, and want you to be sympathizing with them because you too dumb to go get a ID to vote. You too dumb to know what a computer is. You how to use a computer. Y'all better stop letting these people play with y'all. This is stupid.
The law of U.S. citizenship. Under certain circumstances, you may lose your U.S. citizenship by performing voluntary and with the intention to relinquish U.S. citizenship. Any of the following acts: being naturalized in a foreign state, so meaning you moving over to a foreign state, taking an oath or making a declaration to a foreign state. So all these people that are taking these oaths over here to be in our government,
they supposed to denounce where they're from. So they're no longer allegiance should lie with that country. So when I told you Brian Central Lopez, when he had that flag, everything they represent is for their country. Why you not over there? Because you're in America now and you hold a political seat. So you're American now. Everything you do should represent Americans in America. Why are you still having allegiance to another country? This is who we allow in power. We should hold these people accountable.
Just like
No,
them. If we go to another country, right, and we accept employment, we have to give with the foreign government. We got to give up. We got to give up this.
we gotta give up because how you gonna come here and work, benefit off of what we got, and you still your allegiance is to America? Where they do that at? No, you gotta if you're gonna make money here and work here, because when you come from another country and you working here, that means you taking livelihood and jobs from the people that's here. This is how these foreign countries don't play that. So you gotta come, but you can't be talking about, you can't be in their country talking about burn their flag and rep it and waving your American flag there, all while you making money and taking the citizens' money. You think they gonna have that there? Man, please, them citizens, if the government ain't gonna take care of that, them citizens gonna take care of your butt. You're gonna be coming up stinking.
This is why we gotta sue y'all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end with this one right here, and then we're gonna go back to it. Y'all really got this right here. Is it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It says U.S. taxes. All U.S. citizens working and residing abroad are required to file and report on their worldwide income. Consult IRS publication 54 tax guide for U.S. citizens. Now, and residents aliens abroad. Now, do they do that over here?
No, they just give up. Exactly.
That's all. I just want to know. That's it. So I'm just saying, y'all. We got
This
some.
is how stupid. This is how stupid we have become as Americans. This is how crazy we are. The ones who fighting to keep these people, the ones who still rolling with the Democrats after they showing you who they are. This is how how crazy this is.
Right. So I protested the Rainbow Push brunch when I saw that Brandon Johnson was going to be there. Now, mind you, I would have never protested if he wasn't going to be there. So I didn't even know that he was going to be here. I was like, he got on there last minute, and I'm like, hell no, he's not coming to the South Side. So
right.
I went and I protested outside. I knew I wasn't going to go in. I wasn't going to try to go in because when we announced that we were protesting, we announced protesting outside.
Right.
When we know that we're going to go in somewhere, we don't protest. We don't get loud. We sit there and watch. We're listening. That's where we want to see what's going on. We want to see what y'all are saying as far as y'all sending out all this information and how y'all out there. I want to see. I want to go in there and see. Okay, but this one, it wasn't going in there to celebrate with y'all. It was, why do y'all have Brandon Johnson over here? Why? Why are you celebrating this man? This man just lied to under oath on Congress. He just stole $135 million in infrastructure money. He's running illegal immigrant shelters all over with the help of his gang, the progressives, the crooked clergy, the crooked nonprofits, the people who he has placed in
and those his administration that he said that he's had that, oh, I hire all the black people.
Yeah.
That the crooked people he only hired those black people because those were the gatekeepers, because they was gonna do his bidding. No, he didn't hire them because they're gonna do something for you all. He hired them because everybody is in place for a reason. To keep your black butt from getting anything.
Exactly. So I got there. The breakfast starts at 9. I pulled up around 8:45. No. I put about 8 o'clock because I wanted to see, but probably about 8:20 because I wanted to see Everybody coming in. So the first people that I saw come. Now, mind you, you guys also can go on our Chicago Fist Red X, and I live streamed this whole thing. So you gotta look up April 5th. You gotta go back to like April 5th timeline, but it's there. You see it all. Okay, I catch them all. So anyway, first people that roll up is a van, and a van, they get out, and it's all white choir members. It's all white choir members, and all like an all white band. And I'm like, from Rainbow Push, Dr. King's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy. But that's the first. They hurry up and got them in there early. Mind you, breakfast don't start till 9. Let's hurry up and shuffle. Let's hurry up and shuffle the white people up in here. These
White liberals, those white liberals that's telling you what to do in your community.
Right. They put them in there. That was first. That's on live stream. You guys can watch all this. I'm back. I'm telling no lies. This is live. That's why niggas is mad. Okay, that's why people are mad, because I didn't know that this was the breakfast to remember.
The breakfast are all breakfasts, all breakfasts. The breakfast to remember. This is the bread of the grands.
This was the bad bitch brunch. All men. So that was first. Say people starting to come in. They always get these little veterans, that poor veterans, because they getting taken advantage of, but they think they're doing something good.
Right.
So I feel so sorry. But then a black truck pulls up, and it is Jamal Bryant. Jamal Bryant gets out, and he gets out with his Gucci shawl.
Gucci shawl. Got to have a Gucci shawl.
With his LGBTQ assistant. And he came out with the camera and everything. They thought I was here like for him, like, oh, Jamal. Yes, so once they realized that I was asking Jamal, why are you going in there? What is your purpose of doing this? And me, and basically, like, they taking black people's property. Like, this is like, why are you going in and talk to Brandon Johnson? Brandon Johnson is selling out the whole city. Like, how are you gonna be in here praising with this man, all that stuff? And he kept walking, and looked at me and kept walking, and then he put his fist up. I was like, how are you protesting MAGA? How are you protesting Tesla when you about to walk in there with a whole Gucci shawl on? I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. And he puts his fist up in the air and back, like, and walks in there like a clown. Clown. So more people are gonna come into the brunch, and not that many people came to this brunch now. It was, they say back in the day, you used to have thousands of people. It's not that anymore. It's barely 100. But more people starting to walk in. Paul McKinley, which I did not know that this was Paul McKinley. I did not know Paul McKinley was a Republican committee man, all this stuff. I didn't know nothing. This is the first time.
The man who assaulted me, him, who's supposed to be a Republican, but we know he's not. He's hanging, out right now. Republican in name only. He hanging out with them.
He pulled up with that same suit.
The hat.
I think he stayed with that linen suit on.
With the hat.
All weather. It doesn't matter if it's fall, winter, spring, summer. And they're gonna have that tan
hat. That's his outfit. That's the outfit.
That's his go-to outfit. Like, that's his dress-up outfit. But anyway, he had that outfit on, and he walked in there with Gator sellout Wallace. Was it Gator Wallace? Bradley Gator sellout Wallace. They just gave him a useless resolution at the last Cook County board meeting. I don't know why, but my body, I believe this body. That's how you talk. Anyway, he walks in with him and another gangster disciple sellout. These cannot be the real gangsters. These can't be the gangster disciples that they used to be. Like this definitely can't be them. Like these people are informants. These people sold out. Sold out because if they was really on that stuff, they wouldn't even be even in that brunch. But anyway, and they all about the same height, about 5'6".
Right.
All right, so anyway, they walk in there together. So these are the gang informants that walk inside Rainbow Push. Now I know Gator, and I call Gator sellout every time I see him because I'm still waiting for me to get on WVON. When he told me back in the summer of 2023 when he see me outside, put my number in your phone. Let me see if I got Gators. Let me see if I got Gator text messages.
Right. Put my number in your phone.
Put my number.
Let me get some water.
We're gonna get you on WVON, and we're gonna talk about because I got a show, Mr. Bradley. Oh, I still got him in my phone as Mr. Bradley. June 22nd, 2023, we took these pictures. Right? And he texted me at 3:35 p.m. He said, my name is Wallace Gator Bradley, the urban translator and the host of the Bradley Report. We got our pictures. I don't know if you get to see it, but yeah, that's us. Okay. Me, my mom, and Gator by the City Hall. Okay. Now, June 24th, I said I sent the email with the WeTransfer link. It was good meeting you on Thursday and looking forward to Tuesday because we're supposed to have the meeting. We're supposed to have the interview on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, send me your mother's full name and your full name and email address. Send all that. And he's left me on red. I've been on red since July 19th, 2023.
Oh my God.
But so, and I've told him on the mic too. I'm like, "Did you getting paid?" I told him that like last year. I don't fuck with him. You know, I lost respect for him, but I really can't stand him. But that's just So I got all the receipts. I'm like, no people. I'm not. You understand? I'm new into this civil rights racket in Chicago. You understand? I just wanted to settle my family case. That's gonna be in, be out, bada bing, bada boom. Da da da. Y'all got me fucked up. Da da da. Got my mom fucked up. Pat, give her the money. I'm gone. But no, going on our third year.
And now you was able to see the corruption,
Yeah.
witness everything. Now it's like, hold on, it's bigger than it. My mom was. They still in the land. They laundering money all day. Oh, it's bigger than this, right?
Yeah, like ain't nobody gonna help you. The public servants that think they public servants, that y'all think public servants ain't gonna help you now.
The whole black administration that Brendan Johnson told you that care so much. That's why he hired black people because they have to caring hard and they care about everybody. We talking about those black people. They are not. You're never gonna get help from those black people.
Never. Like
unless you for Brendan Johnson doing what Brendan Johnson wants you to do, destroying Chicago and destroying your community and all that. Other than that, if you're trying to help your community or really trying to do something, you'll never get help from those people.
Never.
They were put in those places to make sure you don't get that help.
None. You can have you can have everything to show that they in the wrong, and they still would be like, nah.
No.
Because see, as soon as Brandon Johnson took his oath, he took his oath to bending over for the Brown.
Yeah, he took the oath. I'm telling you, he did. He took
the oath to illegal immigration, to the hotel, to the progressives, to Venezuela, to CTU,
Yeah.
to his boyfriends that he's with on the clergy side. Like this is what he took. Like it was never about his attitude is not because he's offended that y'all don't trust him. He's mad because he's being called out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's being called out, and it's getting worse and worse because he's a bitch at the end of the day. So his ego is getting to him because he clearly has a lot of feminine energy. Because if he didn't have feminine energy, then he would have made sure my family's case would have been settled instead of trying to pay everybody around me to get
Right.
away from me to make it seem like I'm the problem. Now I'm not the problem. The people
Mm-hmm.
your dollars, or because I don't believe you gave them anything yet. You probably took care of,
I think he did. I think they got their money.
they got the money. I don't know
Yeah,
because
yeah. Half. I don't think they're just gonna do. No, you. Yeah. I think they.
I don't think
Yeah.
all of them did because they say Paul McKinley was promised a $5 million contract, and the way that
I
he
got
wears
some.
the suit, I don't think it's happening. I think these are. I told you we gotta do a famous Friday with him. We gotta do one about him. But anyway,
Mhm.
so the Rainbow Pushback. So we were there for about 2 hours. We saw the people coming in. We saw Jonathan Jackson. Jonathan Jackson. Also, when you look at the live, Jonathan Jackson comes over, shakes his hand, shakes our hand, talks to us, act like he talking about something. He wrote a letter to DOJ about the migrant crisis, but basically blaming it on Abbott. I was saying like he was proud to tell us that he wrote something on DOJ. It's like okay. Anyway, he goes in there. I asked, sit down. I need to meet him, whatever. Of course, he just shaking his head because I think he suffers from autism. I will say that. I think that he just got in there just to get in there, but I believe that he has him and what's my man name? David Moore. They got the same autism. The test of political autism. You know what I'm saying? They just keep putting these people in these places. These people are unqualified. They're both
Mhm.
unqualified, but they in there. So anyway, I seen Jesse Jackson. They rolled Jesse. He got a black van, and it'd be so funny to me because they be hurried up and trying to roll him out the van because they see we about to come with the videos, with the camera, and they'll roll him out. And I cursed him out. And I called him a coon. I told him F him and his kids. And I was mad. I was pissed off. Like you ain't shit. Like I don't care about you being in that. I'm supposed to feel sorry for you because you in a wheelchair. If you was good, Mr. Gregory wasn't in no wheelchair.
Mhm.
Understand? My godfather, he 81. He ain't in no wheelchair. Understand? Like, it's a lot of great men in our elders, baby boomers that are men that aren't in no wheelchairs, could talk, could see all that stuff. Like you, you were at the height of making sure that we was good.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so anybody to try to make me feel bad, cursing him out, you crazy as hell. You crazy as hell. He should have had them. Y'all should have cursed him out a long time ago. Y'all should have been cursed him out. He was never a good person for our community. And when we did that, we saw a couple of people that I knew that were going in there, and they were just going in there because they don't they ain't entertainment world, so they don't really know what's going on. But some was confused. Some hit me up afterwards and was like, what you protesting Jesse Jackson for? It was like, why were you going in there? Well, I got the invitation. I said, well, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't ask me why I'm protesting. Why are you going in there? Like,
Mhm.
know your history.
Right.
Yeah, know your history, King. Because when I see you, every time I see you is at the club drinking 1942.
So why you going there? No, the thing you should
Yeah,
be asking, why are you going in
yeah.
there?
Why are you
Do
going?
you do you know why? Do you know who this person is? Do
Yeah.
you know what's up? Why are you going in there?
Why are you going in there? That's the $1 million question.
I know why I'm protesting outside.
Yeah,
And do you know why you walking up in there?
exactly. For the breakfast, for the continental breakfast.
Right.
So that I was getting. So yeah. So we dealt with that. Then I started realizing that the next one was a law day. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to go to the law day one. Well, I was going to protest that. But what did you say? He was like, nope, we're going to sign up. We're going to go in there. We're going to get the information. We're going to see what's going on. And that's exactly what we did.
Because they got civil rights attorneys.
Civil
And we
rights.
want to see why, and they talking about for illegal alien families. But we trying to see, we got some civil rights that has been violated. So we need to talk to attorney.
Right.
So yeah.
So we go. I walk in there.
We sign up online because it's open to the public.
Open to the public. We registered. We got the email confirmation that we
Yeah.
and and we went. We didn't get nothing back that said no, y'all can't come in. None of those things. So I get there around 9:45 ish, and I walk in, and it's they got three tables. They got a chair. I mean, got three people at the table, and they know who I am because they saw me protesting last week, and they were laughing. Some of the dudes was two of the dudes was laughing, when I was out there going on. So they had asked like, "You registered?" And I was like, "Yeah." So they was like, "We gotta go down to do at the end." So I go down to do it, and he got a little attitude. He was a millennial coon. So like, he like, "Did you register?" And I said, "Yeah." And so he was like, "What's your name?" And I gave my name. So he's like, "Would you like to be a member?" I said, "Absolutely not." So once I see a wide body, because there's a lot of wide body, so it's something in the food, because a lot of wide body men that are security guards. So wide body comes over, and they already got the same sergeant
Mm-hmm.
that was at the library. So he like, they don't want you in here. Now he's nervous. He like, they don't want you in here. And I said, for what? And so he looks at wide body security guard, and wide body security guard, he like, because we think that she's gonna protest in here. And I said, so I'm not allowed to come into this public forum that I registered, that is free to the public, because y'all think that I'm gonna protest inside of here. I said, I got in here. I could have started protesting right now. I could have started going in as soon as I got in here. No, the reason why y'all were supposed to catch me as soon as I got in, just like they had caught you, just
Mm-hmm.
caught Molly. But what happened, the reason why they didn't catch me, because they were so busy investigating Miss Jackie. Miss Jackie came in there separate. Jackie Sample, Miss Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
She came in there because she's dealing with a terrible divorce. They violating all types of rights. Her disgraced husband paid off the DuPage. Now, DuPage Republican. They paid off them judges out there. So she needs a lawyer. She needs help. She's killing emotions. She's doing everything she wants to do. But at the end of the day, he done paid off, and That's what it is. Now he's hiding. So she was going there. I didn't know she was going. She never told me she was going. She was going there because it's 3 lawyers. It's 3 lawyers, Rainbow Push. She needs help. So they went to go check to see. They had a picture. She said they had a picture of us. And she was like, they asked, you know Zoe? And she's like, yeah, I know Zoe. Well, you're in pictures with her. And she's like, yeah, I'm probably going to be in more pictures with her. But what does that have to do with me coming here trying to find?
Because she ain't coming in there protesting. She ain't in there at the protest. She wasn't outside protest. So what's the problem now?
Right. Yeah, Mr. Blakemore, no wheelchair. Yeah. So basically I said, well, I'm not going nowhere. So, because I'm like, y'all get tax dollars. Like, why would I'm not going anywhere?
And they talk about it's private and they don't get no tax. Kind of found out they getting tax dollars.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all getting tax dollars. So another police officer pulled up, whatever. The police officer, he's like, oh, y'all Chicago Fifth Rig. And I was like, yeah. So he was like, so the dude was like, just please come outside. Like, I really don't want to arrest you. I'm like, you going to arrest me for what? I'm like, how you going to arrest me at a place that I know is publicly funded?
Like, and I'm not doing nothing wrong.
This nigga, all he does is live off of our money, our dollars.
Our money.
Yeah, like,
so, and I have did nothing wrong. Nothing at all. Miss Jackie ain't did nothing wrong. What? So what?
It wouldn't be no Rainbow Push if it wasn't for
our.
So I was confused, like, but anyway, he signed complaints for trespassing, but I stood outside. So I stood outside and we protest. Me and Molly protest has seen Jonathan Jackson again, and this time I asked Jonathan Jackson, like, how are you going, like how long are you going to keep this coonery going? Like your daddy wasn't shit, you understand? Like your brothers ain't shit. Like I really want you to be some shit, but it's looking like it's giving that you ain't shit either. Like I'm like, we should have been they should have. I didn't say me, but they should have been canceled your father when he coined African American. Like I saying all this stuff. It's on live stream on live too. So this was the day was law day. So he goes in, and that's it. Right.
So they basically they were holding a shop for illegal aliens to get them counsel, get them lawyers to fight Trump from deporting them, all while violating civil rights for us, the Americans, Black citizens that they grifted from and got all this money. Why Operation Push is even here, and they discriminated against real citizens that's having real civil rights issues that have issues. They discriminated against us,
right,
and violated our rights because they violated our rights. That's why they violated our rights. All while talking about illegal alien rights, they violated our rights and then protected illegal aliens and gave them rights that they don't have, or gave them lawyers and to help them fight for the rights they don't have, so Trump can't deport them. And this is all done, I'm sure, with our tax dollars because they have put funds away. If y'all didn't know this, your Hispanic KKK, what's the bald head one we call that they call light bulb head?
Andre Vasquez.
No, the other one. With the glasses, like Chucky. Y'all call him Chucky.
Michael Rodriguez.
Yeah, he went on the news when they were talking and said that they were going to take our tax dollars and put funds away. So when the illegals need counsel, need representation, need lawyers, that they was going to give them, help fund them to for the Trump administration. So
but never their salaries.
Never their. Y'all listen. They voted to increase their salaries. So never saying we decided bunch of aldermen who don't agree with this, we decided to donate our money to put away for illegal aliens for their legal counsel against Trump. They never do that. But they said, we're going to take your money, your hard-earned tax dollars that you can't barely afford to live here. We're going to take your money and we're going to put it aside for people who shouldn't even be here to fight against being deported.
Right.
So this is what they're doing. And Operation Push is right in with it. You know, and wouldn't let us in. Wouldn't let us in. I tried to go in after, because I came later on, and I walked up.
Right. Register?
I registered. I registered. I got the confirmation email, everything. Walked in. Soon as I walked in, they didn't even know me. They probably knew Zoe and things like that, but I walked right in. I didn't say nothing to Zoe and them, anything, because they was on the other side of the street. I just walked right in, and that's when he ran to the door and blocked me with his stomach, because you know they big, you know, he had a big stomach.
Why?
Blocked me with his stomach and told me, you can't come in. I said, why I can't come in? You know, I registered, things like that. You can't come in. Why? Can you give me a reason why? Like, for real, why I can't come in? You just gonna run and say you can't come in. Why? And I'm seeing other people coming in, and you telling me I can't come in, and I'm seeing, you know, you got Hispanics coming out and things like that, but I can't come in. Oh, okay. You never gave me a reason, never said nothing, just you can't come in.
Can't come in.
So yeah, you all, this is who these people are. When it comes down to the issues that's really hurting us, they care nothing about. They definitely don't want to address those issues, because we might actually have some problems that's getting solved. You know, they run on the problems. They tell us everything that's wrong, but they never have solutions, or they never do anything to solve the problem. So God forbid we come in there and talk about real issues that's really hurting our community and get help. Oh no, they can't afford that. They can't afford to help us. Oh no. We'll never help you guys. Never. How dare you expect us to help you? How dare you've been dumb for so long? How dare you start getting a brain and start thinking about what's happening here?
The nerve, the audacity.
The audacity, you to start thinking for yourself and started thinking to help your community or help what's happening. How dare you do that?
And that was May 3rd, the law day protecting the promise. It was with constitutional protections under attack, immigrant families targeted, and county care and Medicaid on a chopping block. We stand at a critical juncture. Law day calls for us to resist the dismantling of justice, expose the violation of human dignity, and not fight for the freedoms promised to all, not just for a few. And the keynote speaker was Reverend Aaron J. McLeod, special guest Congressman Jonathan Jackson, special guest attorney Sierra Norris. You may know her as the TikToker lawyer. And then the moderator was Yusef D. Jackson. I will tell you this. Yusef, he don't go through the front. He goes through the back. I haven't seen Yusef yet. I haven't caught Yusef yet. Yusef is like, I'm not with the book. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna head on. I'm going to the side. Like, I'm not. Y'all can play that clown stuff. I'm not gonna do that. I'm moderating and I'm going to the side. Or he gets there at 5 a.m. Either way, he ain't going. I ain't gonna get him on here. I catch him when I see him. But Jonathan Jackson, I call him twice, except the last time. So the last time he went through the side too, somebody probably told his ass, like, look, she gonna be back out here. They doing Beatrice Ponce de Leon next. Like, why would y'all have Beatrice Ponce de Leon when you know that they talk about that rainbow shelter, that shelter over there? I mean that Hyde Park shelter. Y'all gonna bring Beatrice Ponce de Leon down the street. And so this was, no, hold on, because that was Rainbow Push. We got the next one was May 10th, and this was Mother's Day weekend. It was the Woman of the Movement. It was May 10th, Mother's Day weekend at the Rainbow Push Coalition Saturday for a special tribute to the women of the movement. Now I feel like I'm I'm the present and future. I think we are. I think we're the present and the future of the movement, whose strength and sacrifice have shaped our communities, and we're shaping them, and we're advancing the fight for justice, equity, and civil rights. So I registered. Did you register?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The keynote speaker was Dr. Carol Adams. Special guest was Deputy Mayor of Immigration and Refugee Rights, Beatrice Ponce de Leon, Congressman Jonathan Jackson, a public figure, moderator Yusef Jackson. And we were not able to go. They said we couldn't come. We couldn't come in.
Mm-hmm. They denied us again, so
Yeah.
that was that.
So we couldn't come to that. So this was two out of yeah. So two I tried to register. We tried to register and we could not get in. So our attorney is filing a lawsuit against Rainbow Push um, for the discrimination of basically our sweatshirts, because even with me, I guess is just personal, but Melinda Molly, uh, they wouldn't let her in at all because of sweatshirt. They saw a sweatshirt. She don't know these people, none of that. She came in. They said because it's the sweatshirt, so she wasn't allowed to come in there as well. So you discriminated against us for our politics, which is crazy because we was told that that Jonathan Jackson vote like the Republicans do.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? He really for what they stand for, but he a Democrat.
That's a lie. So that's what I'm saying. That's you not. They don't want you to be in Chicago. How dare you think for yourself and not think the way we tell you to think? How dare you start thinking for yourself and seeing that this ain't making sense? How dare you start demanding your people that work for you, the people that you put in power, the people that we, the people, put in power? How dare you start demanding things of us for the money y'all pay us? We paying their salaries, and they're steady getting a lot of raises. They steady look setting. We just they just voted on to get a raise down. Down at City Hall, they all got raises. So they're steady voting to raise their salary, but we don't have no representation. And how dare we decide to think for ourselves and not think that vote blue no matter who? How dare you start questioning what's happening? How dare you do that?
Yeah,
You have no right to think for yourself. So now when you start thinking for yourself and you say no, and your policies don't align with nothing I believe in. Most of us are Black people. Majority of that's it. Because I'm telling y'all, I'm only speaking from a Black perspective because I've been around Blacks all my life. We're around Blacks all I've been around. We always been a conservative people. Like, we knew what was wrong. We believed in God. We all this devil worshiping stuff. We never was into that. So now all these things that the Democrat Party is pushing don't align with none of my beliefs. It's not who I am. I don't, none of those things, the policies, I can't, it don't align with anything that I uphold into my standards and things like that. So how dare I say to think for myself and say, hey, I'm going over here because this party aligns with the MAGA party, aligns with everything I believe in. So it's policies over politics. So because I made a conscious decision to say this don't work for me, I'm not with none of this. And so I'm gonna align myself with policies that make sense to me and from what I believe. How dare you do that? What happened to the party of democracy? What happened to the party of freedom to do what you want to do and all that? No, it's a dictatorship. You better believe what they believe. You better think what they think. And if you don't,
Communist
you if you don't, you see what they do. You can't get into Rainbow Push. You can't get here. We don't allow you here. If you don't align with what they want you to align with, which is the devastation, destruction of Chicago, Illinois, and America. They're
right,
anti-American.
anti-American.
So no, I don't align with any of that. And I can think for myself, and I had the power. I know that I hold the power. We the people hold the power. And if you all would stop being stuck on stupid and understand that it's we the people, we hold the power. We can get them in office, we can get them out of office. If they no longer represent us and we don't recognize the people that we put in power to represent us, they have to go. We can vote them out. We can put people in that represents us. We the people have the power. And until you all realize that, they're going to keep doing what they're doing to you all. And y'all just going to keep begging them, but you please not do that, sir. Would you please give me this, sir? Would you please give me that, sir?
Please, please.
And they going to go in there with their Gucci shawl.
Gucci shawl.
And they gay assisted, and when they expensive cars and stuff, and say, "Get away from me, peasant! Get away! How dare you ask me for anything? You know what you go back, go pick that cotton. This is your people. This is how they think about you. So all this stuff they talking about, Trump a dictator, Trump don't none of those people talking about the Constitution. None of those people follow the Constitution. No Democrat I ever met followed the Constitution. They always have violated our Constitution. Because if y'all understood y'all rights, then we'll understand that we have a whole lawsuit against the Biden administration and what they did. We have a lawsuit. With our constitutional rights. They giving illegal aliens constitutional rights that they don't have of ours. The 14th Amendment, the 5th, 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. They're giving these illegal aliens those rights and violating yours and telling you that you don't have no rights and telling illegals about the constitutional rights they have, all while violating yours. And we have a lawsuit, and you got illegal aliens, like Zoe told me, that took me out. They coming up there. We got people here illegally that are taking advantage of our system. They're suing Home Depot. Who else you say they suing?
It's on Home Depot. For sure, Home Depot.
They suing Home Depot. They suing the city. They suing the city. These people have came over here. The CPD, yeah, the CBD, the Chicago Police Department.
City of Chicago, Home Depot.
These people have came over here illegally. Come into our community, come over to our city, and have managed to sue Home Depot, the city, and CPD, all while we, the American citizens, our rights have been violated, period. And y'all won't even stand up for y'allself. So these people can come over here and sue and get money off our tax dollars because we're paying that. And we won't rise up and say, we demand justice and sue.
Because it's Trump fault. I just can't do Trump. I mean, I understand like that they like the Democrats is violating all our laws. I understand that they stealing all the money. I understand that but I just can't do Trump though, girl.
I just can't do Trump. While you got illegals coming over here getting rich, suing the city. Now, where they get these lawyers from? Because they didn't have enough sense to know how to do that. They don't even speak English. Where are they getting these lawyers from? How are they getting this done? Why haven't no lawyer came to you and said, hey, you all, you know your rights are being violated. Let me represent you. So who are these lawyers that's representing them? Y'all never ask yourself that? Where Zoe and them, we can't even get a lawyer to represent what's really happening with killing our community. They won't even represent a black American. You better not ask for a civil rights attorney, and because your rights are being violated.
That's Rainbow Push. Because if you can't go to Rainbow Push, where can you go?
Where can you go? But yet still, who are these people that's getting these illegal aliens and representing them? Y'all ain't never asked yourself that. How are they getting able to sue the city and getting paid?
How?
Y'all don't want to know.
We're making sure they got the city, making sure they got know your right summits. Andre Vasquez, the head of the Hispanic KKK, with his Jewish wife. I heard he live in a compound. He live in a Jewish compound. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's deeper than us, man. But anyway, you've got they're making sure they got immigration lawyers. They're making sure that they can get anything expunged. Today we went to this BS. I'll talk about that another day, another time. But they make sure that they got everybody there to help them with the expungement, all that. What's his name? Making some money off of that. He a billionaire. His daddy a billionaire. Kanye was help. William Conway. He is a lawyer, and he was helping the immigrants.
See?
And his yeah,
What?
and his war. He was setting up little things for them too to get them, make sure they get their rights and stuff like that. Because he's a racist, so he don't want
Yeah.
anybody but niggas.
Yeah. So where your representation at? But y'all mad at Trump because Trump is doing things that we need him to do in order to really help us. But y'all mad at him. But
Yeah,
y'all
y'all
not
mad
mad
at
at
him.
these. But y'all not mad at these people that we talk. Y'all not mad at Jesse Jackson. Y'all not mad at Jonathan Jackson. Y'all ain't mad at Al Sharpton. Y'all ain't mad at none of these people who really is the demands of the black community, who really sold us out. Y'all ain't mad at them, but y'all mad at Trump, who just got in office the last 4 years,
And
and
it's
who
been
just
bigger
got in
than
office
Trump.
now.
Like it's been this bigger than Trump. Like this has been in place for a long. Like that's the systematic. The systemic racism. That's it right there. But it's
That's
us.
it.
It's us. It's us. Now I'm not a slave. I'm not oppressed. I know my privilege. I know who I am, and I know my tribe also knows who they are. So at the end of the day, I want to give y'all the information. I want y'all to take the information and do more research and figure this out. But what I'm not going to do is wait for anybody.
Right.
And I learned that from Mr. Gregory. Mr. Gregory said, you don't have time to be because these are some special type of niggas. And y'all are mentally, y'all all need an IEP, an individual education plan, because there's nowhere in the world that y'all are middle age and at y'all big age pouting about Trump. I don't know how this won. I don't know how Trump won. Oh no, he gonna take our rights.
And
He gonna take our passports. He gonna deport us. He gonna deport us to Africa because we African Americans. Because that's what Jesse told us.
And all while your local level politicians are taking all of y'all rights, are taking every last right y'all got. We have. They are taking our rights. Your local level, y'all so worried about Trump. On your local level, who all Democrats that been ran since 1931 have been destroying y'all. And that's who taking your rights. That's let me say this. What directly affects you when you go look at your community and stuff, when you go look at everything, what directly affects you if the people you put in office locally. That's the most important election period. Then your federal election. But your local election is what's going to directly and immediately affect you. So those are the ones that we don't even concentrate on. We don't even care about. We just a black face. Oh, you roll in a black face. Oh, okay, I'm voting for him because he's black. This is what we do. And this is why we are where we at as a race, as a community, as a city, because because we have been uneducatedly voting blue and period. But they got y'all so focused on this federal level until y'all keep letting these progressive communists come in on a local level, and that's what's destroying you.
And then
And now,
our gatekeepers in our community, our no leadership, our Jesse Jacksons, our Michelle Harrises, our Dorothy Tillmans, are all these coon ass people
y'all,
that were in politics and made sure that they now mind you, y'all mad at me for fighting for you. I love the city. My mama from the city, from Chicago, but I love the city alone. Like, if my mother even wasn't from Chicago, like, who doesn't like summertime shine, man? like who doesn't like? Matter of fact, you got a boat. I'm trying to get on y'all boat this summer. But however, who don't like summertime shy? Y'all mad at me for actually fighting for y'all. I'm fighting for my mom, but I'm fighting for the city. The culture, the love, the food, the little bit of culture that y'all still have. I saw Dilla earlier today. He sold out they upgraded him from a trolley to a bus. And I seen him out there doing his tours right there he was at the time I saw him, he was on 35th and King. Pretty soon, Dilla, it ain't gonna be nothing for you to tour.
But are you touring about all the Indians that took over Bronzeville? Are you touring
Did you stop at Prairie Shores?
Did you tour that?
And Lake Meadows?
Take a tour there. Show your people that. Show your people the tour that. But will you show them that? Will you show them what's really happening? No.
No. So you got that. They gave you a casino bus. Because that's the buses that be going out to the casinos. So they gave you a casino bus to take these people on your Dilla tour, and the whole time you sold out. You would sell out. Y'all you can't love your city. None of y'all love y'all. Literally, y'all are gentrifying. Y'all are gentrifying the South Side, the West Side, but Pilsen, Little Village, Lincoln Park, downtown, you ain't gentrifying them.
Do y'all see any blacks in Little Village? Do y'all see any blacks in Little Village?
They wouldn't even let y'all get they wouldn't even let the seniors get their medicine.
So are they letting y'all? So are they justifying that? Are they putting blacks in there so blacks can take over Little Village? Are they doing that? Are they making sure blacks get in there so they can justify that? No. They're gonna make sure they solid. Everybody making sure their community solid. You ain't gonna infiltrate or come in there, but we so dumb, we just let everybody come in and say, we're immigrants too, and they got y'all believing that y'all immigrants too. That's how dumb we are. Y'all giving away y'all birthright. Y'all giving it away. Y'all not even fighting for it. Y'all giving it away, and y'all letting people take your birthright from you and benefit from everything that was supposed to be yours.
Don't pay a tax, don't pay no taxes. Get everything they want. It's like going into Neiman Marcus and just picking up everything. Like it's on me. It's like me. Literally, like we are literally tricking on illegal immigrants who do not give us no pussy back. Excuse my language, but that's just my thing. Like you tricking on a girl and she ain't giving you no play. And that's what America's doing. America tricking. We tricking like crazy. They can't afford it. Living beyond our means, tricking. But when it comes to paying for your home, not only are you paying your mortgage, but your property taxes is going up.
It's high. You can't afford it.
It's high as hell.
But they got illegal aliens. They taking half of that money and get them the counsel from Trump, from getting deportation. And y'all made it Trump because the media told y'all why. Because y'all don't even know. Half of y'all don't even know. It's just they just told y'all that, but y'all not seeing what's really happening. And they are literally making up laws, creating laws to protect the criminals.
Literally, y'all they don't even right now, y'all. This man, y'all call him racist, y'all call him whatever, and y'all think how you want to think about it. If people think, he's racist, okay, Trump racist. If that's what you want to go for, all right. Well, this racist man right now is fighting for the 14th Amendment and using us. He's not using European descendants of slaves. He's using what 13, 14, and 15. We are politically inclined. This is where the lawsuit comes in at, y'all. This is where the lawsuit comes in at. Okay, we're in the U.S. Constitution. We're in the U.S. Constitution. 13, 14, and 15. That's our amendments. Okay, that's our amendments. The ones that they blew Abraham Lincoln's brains out for. All right, we're gonna give us the Reconstruction era. Now, mind you, we were good. We were going to have everything we needed. Only thing that we had asked for the government at that time was military, because we was getting that together, right? So that was it. But of course, the Democrats couldn't take that, couldn't handle that.
Because they was the real KKK. That's
Yeah,
who
they
the
the real.
party of
That's the
KKK.
KKK. Yeah, they the real.
That's your party.
Everything
They
that
didn't
y'all
want to
saying
free.
this man is.
They didn't
He's
want to free the slaves. The Democrat Party, remember, they fought to
no.
keep
They don't
slaves.
want to free. Look what they're doing now. They choosing. They're about to die on a hill on the 14th Amendment. The Democratic Party, y'all homies, the Brandon Johnsons, the Maxine Waters, the Jasmine Crockett's, the Hakeem Jeffries, the Cory Bookers, the Jesse Jackson, the Jonathan Jackson, the Jesse Jackson Juniors, the Al Sharpton, the Joy Reeves, the Angela Rise. Shit, I don't know. I hope my bro ain't like this, but this, Charlemagne, all this stuff, y'all are literally about to die on a hill for the illegal immigrants. But you've got the racist orange man that y'all call him and talk about him like a dog and all that, and a few other Republicans on the hill that are fighting for the 14th Amendment for us.
Yeah.
And y'all don't see that at all.
Y'all don't see that. Y'all don't see that. Hey, he not lumping nobody in with us. He not making nobody. He not letting nobody take our birthright. He taking our birthright and giving it right back to us because that's us.
Where's us?
That's us. So he's not saying your birthright is people of color, legal immigration, black and brown, this and that. He unraveling all.
LGBTQ.
Yeah, LGBT. He unraveling all those layers
Right.
and taking all that away and said, this is who it originally goes to. The freedmen, the descendants of slaves. This is who that goes to. So he taking all these people out and y'all mad. This is how
Man.
dumb. This is how dumb. And I gotta say dumb. And I'm not going to be crazy. This is how dumb we are, and we are fighting against that. How dare we fight against it? Can we agree on something? Can we agree? Let me just say this, because I'm tired of playing with y'all. I'm tired of dumbness. Seriously. Because we don't have time to keep being stupid.
Like,
Can we
no.
please, let's take Trump away from this. Let's just take Trump away from this. Can we please agree that we don't want illegal aliens and special criminals in our community? Can we agree on, can we talk about the things we agree on? Can we agree that we do not want illegal aliens, that's destroying our community and destroying us as a people? Can we agree that illegal immigration is do the most harm to the Black community? It's a detriment. Can we agree on that? Okay. Can we agree on that we do not want LGBTQ trans things taught to our kids in school, that we want our kids to learn how to read, write, and learn things? Can we agree on that? That we don't want men in women's sports, or we don't want men in our women's locker room and our kids' locker room, and we want our girls, when they go to school, can they come home as girls? That we don't want our girls to go to school and be able to be a boy. Can we please agree on those things? Can we agree that taxes is too high? Can we agree that taxes is killing us? That we can afford half of this stuff? Can we agree that in Chicago and Illinois, taxes is killing us? From the property tax, from the Uber tax, from the streaming tax, from the red light cameras. Can we agree on those things, please? Okay, we got 4 things that we agreeing on. Let's take Trump away. Can we agree that the 14th Amendment was ours? Can we agree on that?
I don't know, because I don't think they know.
But I'm just saying, can we just say, okay, I can see that. I can see that. I can see where they're coming from.
Yeah, you
But let's
got
just
to.
take the things. Can we just take the things that we agree
Common
on?
sense. Common sense.
Common sense. Can we agree to bring common sense back? Period. So
Like,
we
y'all
got 6
have to
things.
be, y'all are too emotional. Like, you got, like, I'm an Aquarius, so I get emotional. And my moon sign or whatever, the middle one is a Cancer, so I get it. However, you have to step back, and I'm a woman. So you have to step back and you have to be like, all right, I feel this way. But logically, it doesn't make any sense. Facts doesn't make any. All right, okay. Let's see how this is. There's going to be times that we're not going to agree.
Right.
That's friendships, that's friends, that's family, that's whatever. So there's gonna be things that you don't agree with. There's things that I don't agree with when it came to Trump. At first, I wasn't for the South Africans coming here. However, I do remember when I was outside protesting, when I was talking to all different types of people from all different races and cultures. There was a couple of white people that was stopping me, older people that were saying, because I was down there fighting for eminent domain, and I was talking about my signs had about eminent domain, and there was this one white lady who would stop every time, and she'd be like, "They're taking the farms, they're taking the farms," and they were.
Right, they
So
were.
when you fast forward to what's happening now, regardless of how y'all feel about South Africa, the apartheid, all that stuff, motherfuckers, if y'all want to talk about history, y'all want to talk about history, who sold us?
Who
Y'all
sold
gotta
us?
keep it 100. Like, if
Who
y'all want to
sold
go with
us?
the history and all that stuff, you don't know your history. Who sold us to the Europeans?
The black people, your black Africans
The same people who sold us out right now in America.
in
Only
America.
thing is Negroes, it's freedmen, it's foreigners, but then there's also coons like the Michelle Harrises,
All the
like the Jesse
aldermen, all your black
Jacksons,
aldermen. Yeah, all your
like the
black
David
aldermen
Morris,
are
like the
down.
Natasha Thomas, like all of the black people, except I fuck with Ron Troutman, but the people who literally sold us out for some checks,
Your
for some
churches.
campaign money, for a seat. Like, y'all taking oaths to the machine. Y'all ain't taking oaths to the people.
Right, right. So y'all mad, and we need farmers. Like for real. Before I was even doing this, I was preaching about how bad this food is and how bad. If you look at all these packets GMO, they want to have the government to make your food in labs. So they trying to get rid of all these farms. Period, because you got Bill Gates banning up all the farmers. You got Hong Kong, and in America they was allowing Hong Kong to buy up all the land for farm. Now, we don't need that because I keep saying it's in this food what they doing. Now you got farmers, real farmers who trying to have real food that's clean, and they want to kill that and destroy the farmers, the real, but we getting the natural food because they want to give us all this GMO and this government lab food.
You don't see Jesse Jackson and them talking about that.
They
They're
ain't
not
talking
talking
about
about our
that.
food, none of that stuff. If
I've
he
been
cared
talking
about his
about
food,
that.
he probably wouldn't be in that wheelchair like that.
Yeah, I've been talking about that. And when all the farmers were coming out during COVID and during this time, telling they trying to make us bad. They threatened us. They gonna kill us if we don't sell us our farms and stuff. The farmers they were doing it during the Biden and Harris administration. They were
Yeah,
coming
but it's
out.
just because they white. And my thing is, though, for y'all to still think that we're living in a, like, it's racism here. I'm not trying to say it's not, but it's not to the extreme that y'all are trying to make it like
It's
back
not.
when we were enslaved, or the 1919 race riots, or like, this is it be your own people, and your own people is the Democratic Party. And when I
Yeah.
say your own people, Democratic Party, the LGBTQ whites, the white liberals, the white
Mm-hmm.
Jews, the blacks in there, like, they don't care about their, the Democratic Party don't care about culture. They don't care about the history. Like, they try to make it seem like they care about the history and preserving our history. No, and I'm gonna tell you why that. Even regardless of Governor of DeSantis, because he's gonna try it. He's gonna try it every time. He's gonna try it. But when he started talking about Black history, taking Black history out, and that they was going to make they were going to he was talking to a bunch of scholars, which I'm pretty sure the scholars were not nobody black, and if it was my black, probably a Tim Scott or somebody like that. But that they were going to make slavery like we had a like we there was like a lot of jobs created for slavery, like basically slavery taught us how trades are. Like that's how he was going to spin Black history, and I'm like, no, like absolutely not. Now, mind you, this is before I had got into this fight with my mom thing, but when I heard that, I'm like, what the fuck? Like now, like the Jews ain't gonna let y'all try to say like, well, you know, when we were in the gas chambers, you know, it was like funny gas. You understand? We were laughing the whole time. Like, nah, they gonna tell you what it is, what Holocaust did. It's the same as slavery, you know, as far as what our ancestors endured in slavery. But where was the Democratic Party at? Where was the Democratic Party to come at him and be like, nigga, what? They don't never come to our defense.
Because they don't care.
Because they do not care about our history. Like they do not, they are fraud. And they've been fraud for since they were established.
They want to erase it. They the ones who really want to erase our history. And they want to dilute it. They already trying to do it, and they want to dilute it. They try to erase us in our votes, in anything.
And I mean, they're dying on the hill for the 14th Amendment for illegals, while this racist man that y'all hate is out here fighting the president of the United States too. Not like this, some regular thing. Not a person who's running for office. This nigga's in office. He is the president of the United States. He is the most powerful person on the planet right now in America, and he's fighting for the Birth Citizenship Act for us. But y'all can't stand him.
That's how.
Yeah. Like why
and y'all got Democrats telling y'all that no, that's for illegal aliens, and y'all okay with that, and y'all but y'all choose to side with them on this.
Yeah, and you mad at
because once they rule in this, it's no more. Everybody is lumped in with that. How hard the Democrat Party is, if the Supreme Court rule and say, okay, it's for illegals, it's for them, this and that, it's over for because that had already diluted us as the free. And
like, she already tried to lump us in. She tried to take free y'all Hindu princess, y'all AKA y'all cosplay as a black woman, Kamala Harris, already put everybody in the Freedmen Bureau. So
already did. Already did. Put all people of color, black and brown, marginalized people. She already did that, and then told what they got. And the black people was the lower. They got more than what the black businesses got.
Right.
More. The freedmen. Now you would think the freedmen would get more businesses and more money allocated to them. No, it wasn't them.
No.
The freedmen was like the lowest one.
The freedmen because she's Indian. Them Indians, them Hindu Indians have an issue with us. We're both millennial. We're both melon. But this is our country.
Yeah, this is our country.
Yeah, so they were using our DEI. Like when you see some places that had a certain amount of black women or African American women that were in these places, that mainly sometimes would be them Indians.
Yeah,
the Indians cosplaying like us, like she was about to cosplay her ass into the
like
White House.
Yeah, it was cosplaying like us, like they black, and they not. Like she tried to cosplay as a black woman. This is how y'all do. This is what y'all allow. You think somebody gonna let y'all cosplay as a Jew? You think the Jews gonna let you cosplay as a Jew?
Right. No, they're not. Look what they canceled. They tried to cancel Kyrie Irving when Kyrie Irving posted about the Black Israelite. The Black Israelite DVD that was on Amazon, and they wanted him to apologize and all that stuff for that. And you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people saying that we're the original Jew.
Yeah.
But they wanted the Jewish community wanted him to apologize. I mean,
Yeah.
thank God that he was. It's just crazy how the nerve of these people. I remember when Deborah Silverstein said I was anti-Semitic. I said, "Girl, ain't no, and I'm like, no black person can be anti-Semitic when y'all have got everything and we don't have shit." Yeah,
Right.
we don't have anything. Y'all try to denounce slavery like slavery never happened. Y'all keep trying to
Mm-hmm.
rewrite our history but it's not. But you can't get mad at any of these people. You have to get mad at the Jesse Jackson. You have to get mad at his kids. You have to get mad at the Al Sharpton. You have to get mad at the Maxine Waters, the Sheila Lee. And the crazy thing is, you got her son, who was Brandon Johnson's advisor, and he comes from her, and she wasn't shit. And she passed away, but she wasn't shit. I'm gonna tell you why she wasn't shit. She knew she had breast cancer. These motherfuckers, this is how weird and sick these Democrats are. Just like they knew that Joe
Right.
Biden had that prostate, had stage 9 prostate cancer. You see what I'm saying? She knew that she had breast cancer, and she was trying to run for she was trying to run for mayor or something in Houston or wherever she's from, Dallas, wherever. But you knew that you had stage 3 or 4 cancer. Like you knew that was that's how sick y'all are.
Right.
Like
Right.
that's sick. But anyway, um,
I'm
I just
done with
got
that.
these
Huh?
things. Um, Somebody said, I don't think he has cancer. I think that nigga see now. I know he kept going. Harris, or her name, Faulkner Focus. I love her. She's and what's her name? What's the thing called? She a newscaster. She a
Yeah.
newscaster on
Fine.
Fox. And yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday she was on, and they did a whole clip of all of Joe Biden's moments when him falling up the stairs, him falling, him going into the woods, him going when they put all that together. This is the person that you had the George Clooney, you had the Kerry Wash, you had all these people coming out for this man to put him back
Telling
in
y'all
office because of Project 2025.
you had the fake news telling y'all he was in the best shape in his life. You had
The
the fake
best.
news, the fake, and telling you when the Republicans called it out, told y'all there was right wing hoax. It was a right wing conspiracy.
Right.
That's what they told y'all. We seen it with our own eyes and telling y'all, don't believe y'all lying there. You had the fake news telling y'all, no, this ain't it. This ain't he's in the best shape of his life. This and that. This is who you.
Yeah,
This is
weekend at
who.
Bernie's. Weekend
This
at
is who
Bernie's.
you. These are the people that y'all trust in. These are the people that y'all.
Just like that, just like how they keep rolling Jesse Jackson around.
Jackson
That's
now.
elder abuse. This nigga is in no way, shape, or form ready to be out here in these political streets. Like he doesn't even have a voice. Literally, he has no voice. It's sad. You understand? Like I hate that I had to go in on him, but it had to be done. It had to be done. Like it had to be done because y'all was gonna. He never did nothing for the community. Oh, we know, and y'all continue to allow these people to sell us up the river, and while y'all whispering behind each other's backs about they didn't do nothing, but no, you was wrong for going out there cursing Jesse Jackson out. What? I curse out my own grandmama if she doing me wrong like that. Like, ain't no way. That's your problem. That's your problem. Y'all have to start
Scared.
holding y'all
Y'all.
people
Y'all
accountable.
scared. Scared to speak up when you got illegal aliens, and I'm gonna drill this. I'm gonna always drill this in y'all face. While y'all got illegal aliens speaking up for their rights. in the
Yeah.
streets for protesting their rights. Y'all scared to, oh, you better not say nothing. Oh, you better not say nothing. And these are people that y'all elected. These are people that work for you. You pay these people salary. You're the boss of these people, and you scared. That's how I know we messed up.
I
You're
mean,
the
let's
boss.
go. You're right.
You're the boss. You're the boss of this company, and you scared to say something to your worker. This
Yeah.
is how
You
this is
just
how
said.
dumb, because these people work for you. All these people in these seats and these offices, they were, and but everybody else know this except for the black community. Everybody else understands that you better represent me or you're gonna get up out of there. We need you. You're gonna do this or you're gonna everybody gonna hold they people accountable except the black community. We don't hold these black YN, these out here shooting everybody with all these guns. We don't hold them accountable because y'all won't even tell who did it. Y'all won't hold nobody accountable.
Right.
Everything that people talk about is racist. No, no, no. I don't want to be around them. So it ain't because the white people don't want to be around. I don't want to be around them. I gotta
Yeah.
worry about when I go in the street, who gonna be the ones that rob me, attack me, either illegal aliens or blacks.
Right.
That's what I'm worried
And we
about.
don't have nothing, and our leadership is making sure that we have less and less,
Less and less, and
less
you
and
all
less.
and you all don't hold nobody accountable. It's all that's why we everyone scared to talk, scared to hold anybody accountable, but you keep allowing this, but y'all want to complain about everything. About the white man.
Everything.
Oh, it's racist, or this system is keeping me down. No, it's you. It's you because you too dumb to even say this ain't making no sense. Oh, this and that. Let me just see what's going on. But you
No
want to
common
be mad,
sense.
no common sense, but you mad at us and ready to come in on us. Y'all ready to kill us. Then say, hey, let me just stand. Like I keep saying, we agree on the. At least I agree with them on these things, and these things is killing us. So I might not agree with this, but I agree a lot with this. This is what people do in business, in whatever. They might not agree with everything, but the things they do agree with, they come together, they make things happen. That's why
Right.
every other ethnic group is so successful, and we just what
Yeah.
complain. We on TikTok learning the new move, the new line dance. We on TikTok with our mother and them. We learning that new line dance though. Michelle Obama showed y'all that new line dance. Y'all learning that. We on
Get your
TikTok making
flags.
those
Get your
videos.
flags out.
Yeah, we got those. We fans. We doing them fans out. We doing that though. We loving that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We learn them new dances.
We
But
loving
look,
new dances.
but look what's happening.
Set
That
60 years old getting BBLs.
60 years old getting BBLs while but ain't nobody fighting for nothing. But the kids out here with big guns with drums on it, walking around the neighborhood.
All around neighborhood with skinny jeans on.
But y'all, but the police grab them. Oh, it's black. The police racist. No,
Why they should have never came after him? Well,
yeah,
sir, sir, ma'am. He
he
had
had a big
two. He
drum
had
walking
two big guns with switches on there. Like the
with
switch
switches
was like
on them,
I never
telling
even seen that switch before. They said it was never this just came out. He
you.
the first with this switch.
Yeah, but y'all mad. Why
Yeah.
the police? He shouldn't have stopped them. Why did the police stop them? But they found 5 guns in the car, and they said they was gonna do a drive back, and the kids been getting shot in the street. But why did the police stop them? This is how messed up we are. This is how
Yeah.
messed up we are.
That's why, yeah. So it's
Seriously.
like, it ain't no saving. It ain't no saving. A lot of these niggas. That's why y'all gotta just keep walking. Like, don't sit down. Like, you don't have time to argue with these people. I told you, the black Democratic brain has to be studied. If you're that loyal to abuse, you the problem. Why would I want to
Yep.
stay? I'm not gonna stay in no abusive relationship. I don't give a fuck if I still love that person or not.
Right.
Like, yeah, some shit you gotta get up and go. Like you got to. But so we gonna end like this because we had 3 hours.
Oh
So
yeah, I'm
yeah.
telling you, my back. Yeah, yeah, but yeah.
All right. So we don't have anybody standing up for us. We don't
No
have no
leadership.
ministers. We have no politicians. Uh, we have no organizations. that are
No
protecting black
representation.
citizens' rights, not in Chicago, not nationally. Push is silent. The Congressional Black Caucus, do nothing Black Caucus is silent. Local black churches, largely silent when it comes to our rights. Immigration, especially illegal immigration, is one of the biggest threats to Black Americans, to freemen Americans, alongside systematic racism that assimilates when they come from these different countries.
Yeah.
Uh, um, we Reverend Jackson, his sons, uh, will they're not speaking up. They're not speaking up even about the illegal immigration, even though Jonathan Jackson said he wrote DOJ. Then he wrote DOJ to talk about Abbott. That
How you gonna write? So how you gonna write the people who caused the problem?
right.
How you gonna write the administration cause man, please. He didn't write because they would have looked at him like, dude, get out of our face.
He
You
wrote
write the
it,
people.
but it backfired. Like nigga, that we dragged you when you first.
What you tell them? Because you
Yeah.
can't tell them. Because you can't tell them because the people who they work for, who the DOJ work for them, it's the people who opened the border. So who you complaining
Right.
to? Who
She
you
was
complaining to?
over. What's her name? Y'all Hindu princess.
On Kamala
She was the
Harris.
border czar.
They open the book. So you go, and they over the DOJ and you complaining to the DOJ. This is how dumb these people are. That's what I'm saying. So he's going, he got Christine, what's her name, going against him?
Christian Maxwell.
We gotta get him we gotta get him up out of there.
Yeah, he gotta
Christine
go.
Maxwell.
He gotta get up out
That's
of
who we
there.
gotta put in. Common sense.
Um, Question one is, why are they supporting the funneling of resources to illegal immigrants or illegal aliens while black neighborhoods suffer? The 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment were written specifically to protect us, freemen, the descendants of U.S. chattel slavery. We didn't cross the border. We built this country.
Right.
And why is Jassy Jackson quiet when our constitutional rights are being violated? Why is his kids quiet when our constitutional rights are being violated, but loud when it's time to show up for someone else's cause?
Mm-hmm.
The black unemployment in Chicago, in the 20 black wards, the unemployment is 25 to 30%. But instead of using their platform to fight for jobs or investment, Jonathan Jackson holds weekly meetings to inform illegal immigrants of their rights. Where is that same energy for black Chicagoans? Jesse Jackson, of course, profited off of our pain, always have. They have been profiting off our pain for nearly 60 years, off the struggle of black people. And now it's the question, why are you fighting harder for non-citizens and the citizens who kept you in power? Black people made the Jackson legacy possible. Where's the return? Residents of Newport condominiums are fighting to keep a shelter from being forced next to their homes, and the Jacksons
Illegal
evaluate
alien shelter. Make sure you say illegal alien
an
shelter, not
illegal
just a
alien
homeless.
shelter that they're trying to push. That is a family shelter. They went and hurried up and got some black faces over there because they know that they're getting caught up in their
Because
crimes.
because we've been shining the light. Because
Yeah, we've
Chicago
been
feels
shining the
red,
light.
been shining the light on what's going on over there. Yeah.
Right.
So
Um, just the elders says Jesse Jackson Sr., Jesse Jackson Jr., and Jonathan Jackson must answer. They want to know, why are you promoting illegal immigration over the needs of black citizens? Why are you silent on crime, joblessness, and housing insecurity in black wards? Why are you prioritizing political deals over people? This is just not a question of politics. It's a question of moral betrayal. You can't keep using our pain to build your brand while selling out our future. The cameras are on now, and we're not backing down until we get real answers and real change.
right.
And that's how I feel. I'm gonna end my words. Or you want to go first, and I go with how you want to do it.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just saying, people. I wish y'all. We don't have a lot of time. We don't. If we don't get this right, this local election, we don't get this right. This come election time. It's like I'm serious. You might as well kiss Chicago and get back. Seriously,
Yeah.
it's over. If we don't get this right, if we don't turn this ship, because right now we hit it. We're off the cliff. If we don't get this right, this local election time come soon, then you might as well. It's down here for now. Because now we have a little chance to turn the ship back around and head in the right direction. If we don't do it this time, it's over, and it is. And I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna wipe my, like Jesus said, and told his disciples, go to the city and you go try to help them. If they don't receive you and don't receive your message, don't receive, wipe the dust off your feet and keep it moving. If Chicago don't get it right, I'm all the y'all crying about y'all. All y'all crying, everybody crying. We all crying about our kids down in the street. We all crying about robbing the taxes. We all crying about what's going on in our community. If you don't get it right, then that's just it's it. I'm wiping my feet, the dust off my feet, and I'm gonna go to the where somebody can receive the message. And I'm serious. And then it just
Yeah,
go.
it ain't. I'm not. Yeah, it's not going back and forth with the brain dead. You have to
No.
be absolutely brain dead to continue to vote the way that y'all vote. To continue to vote for your property taxes to go up while they're lying to you about um, the federal funding being stopped and the Medicaid chopping block and all this. These people have stolen money. It's just like they are one big Ponzi scheme.
Mhm.
We dealing with a RICO, but they're one big Ponzi scheme. They've been robbing Peter to pay Paul for decades. Now that they're drowning because racist Jim Crow Joe Biden gave them a
Mhm.
one-time payment because he was making his deals with Ukraine and Israel.
Mhm.
You understand? Like I don't have time
And China.
in
Yup.
China, right? Yeah, I don't have time to be dealing with. And then Hindu princess was working on getting her peoples over here and working on her deals. Her and Doug had ready for. Why? Her stepdaughter is out here saying free Palestine. So it was just a whole weird situation. I'm trying to tell you, these people do not have our best interest at all. Yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? It was the day before. Two Jewish people that were killed in D.C. from a person who named Elias Rodriguez, who happens to be who happens to live here in Chicago. He went there, shot these two people, and said, "Free Palestine." All this person was tied in with Brandon Johnson, CTU, Rosanna Rodriguez Sanchez, who's one of the head Hispanic KKK members, along with Carlos Rosa Ramirez, Brian Cicho Lopez, Andre Vasquez, who tries to play both sides, but he's a dangerous one and a liar. And he will do the most just because he's gonna tell. That is the Danny Solis of the Hispanic KKK. He's gonna tell that. He got some money, but he's telling. He's gonna tell. He's gonna tell. He's definitely gonna tell. He's a bitch. Like Bishop
Mhm.
Blackmore said, he's a bitch. But yeah, that's what you're dealing with. We're dealing with dangerous people that are in our community that's anti-American, and we're also dealing with coons that have uh, not did nothing for our community either, and they're not going to start now. Matter of fact, it's like they're mad at us for bringing up the shit that should have been brought up a long time ago.
Mhm.
And you hear people say, well, this is just how Chicago is, or this is how the government is. The government, like Mr. Blakemore says, you get the government you deserve because you're not fighting for it. So this is the
Mhm.
government. This is the black government we deserve
Yup.
because y'all do not fight. Now I'm gonna get mine. My tribe gonna get ours. Our organization gonna get ours because we ain't going. However, y'all all need to get on that board, the same board. And right now it's the 14th Amendment, because I'm telling y'all right now, if we do not rise up and start talking about this 14th Amendment, and the Supreme Court denies that and gives that to the illegals, you're done. You're done. You can't sit here and talk about a Trump. You cannot sit here because that's what y'all will do. Y'all will, because y'all aren't watching TV. Y'all aren't watching the right news. Y'all aren't doing your own information. You're not doing your own research. Y'all clearly don't know about the 14th Amendment at all, because if y'all did, y'all would see what's happening right now. Y'all not looking at any of his executive orders that he's trying to set us up for independence, because he knows this. He knows what's out here. Like, people got to understand. Y'all can talk about him filing for bankruptcy, y'all all that, like y'all haven't filed. Like, y'all live beyond y'all means. Y'all niggas will go buy a $400 and $500 a bottle of liquor in a club and stand up.
Right.
Y'all got nerve to talk about him being bankrupt. My thing is, he's dealt with mortgage fraud too. They have legit anybody that don't go with the government code. They're out to get you.
They out to get
you. Like, yeah, like he like people that he's trying to break the norm, and he's breaking the norm, but y'all can't see that. Y'all can't see any of that because y'all are so mad. But y'all are educated fools. Educated fools. The Divine Nine, y'all think that y'all doing something, y'all not doing shit, because if y'all really cared about y'all divine, y'all fraternities and y'all sororities, if y'all really cared about y'all HBCU history, then y'all would exactly be talking about this 14th Amendment.
Right.
That y'all aren't talking about. So,
because it's Trump. Now, if Obama was doing this, he'd be Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh my God. Right.
He'd be Jesus Christ. Every black, like you said, every black sorority, everybody on everywhere be talking about he Jesus Christ. Right. If Obama was doing this.
Right. So that's y'all. Like I said 2 days ago, Black Chicago is losing Chicago because y'all hate Trump, and Trump just got in office, while Democrats have been running Chicago at the local level since 1931. I hate that for y'all. I hate that y'all are losing Chicago because y'all are politically ignorant and politically hateful of the Republican Party, the very party that gave us the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. That we're in a land of Lincoln right now, and y'all disrespecting Lincoln, y'all disrespecting y'all ancestors, y'all disrespecting y'all parents, y'all literally are disrespecting all of the black businesses that shaped Chicago in those days. You go from the 1919 race riots to the bombs, the government bombing us, all that stuff, to building everything back up stronger, dealing with that, not relying on the government, because you see that that's some bullshit, but y'all got the system going as recycling the dollar, and then we're back to here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, it's y'all. It ain't nobody else.
It ain't nobody else. It's y'all.
Yeah, it's y'all.
It's us.
You can stop blaming. You can stop blaming Trump. You can stop blaming whoever else. My thing is, if y'all aren't going to embrace Trump, but y'all find everything negative when it comes to him helping out any white person, y'all crazy. Y'all not pro-black. See, I'm pro-black, and it's okay for you to be pro-black. Just like the Hispanics is pro-Hispanic, just like them Indians is pro-Indian, just like them Jews are pro-Jews. You know, you can say white people are pro-white, whatever. We the only ones that are pro-LGBTQ. What else do they got out here? illegal immigrants right now, pro
Mhm.
black and brown. You can't stand alone. Just say I'm pro freedmen. I'm pro the 13th, 14th. I'm pro republic. No, it's black and brown. It's marginalized communities. It's da 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 da. Like everything has to be led with something. So that's the problem also with the Democratic Party. Those them letters have nothing to do with your race, with you being raised as a black person or a freeman person or a white person or like that. People really are leading with these letters, are leading with these identities that have nothing to do with their race, with their culture, with their history, and that is the problem. So
Mhm.
we got to get out here in community. And my thing is, we're going to be out here in community. Am I going to go back and forth and try to and argue back and forth with you about what needs to happen? No. But I will tell you this: if the Supreme Court rules against that 14th Amendment, I know y'all gonna blame Trump. Trump don't got nothing to do with this. Now Trump needs us to stand with him. Black America, the Black America, the 17 million that sat out and all that stuff. There was a lot of black people. There was a lot of majority of black people sat out for the last thing. It's time to think about another party. Real talk, because you've lost the Republican Party. Honestly, if you let this man do it, the Democrat Party is over. It's a wrap because they let it happen, and they're not even standing on the 14th Amendment. But if we lose our 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment because of y'all hatred for a man who's a billionaire, y'all hatred for a man who cares about his legacy, a hatred for a man who's not going to sugarcoat shit and lie to you like they lied about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and anybody else. Then
And you hate a man who never took his salary as president. So,
yeah, never
in
took
other
a
words,
salary
he
twice.
never took the taxpayer money. You pay his salary, taxpayer. Y'all pay his salary. He like, no, I'm not going to let the taxpayer pay me. You see what I'm
Right,
saying? But y'all got these other Democrats taking your money and giving themselves a raises. Now they come in $150,000 and then they could leave worth 5 million and 10 million, things like that. So they getting raised off your salary. You got a man who won't even take his salary, take
at
y'all money.
all.
So in
Won't
other
take
words,
a salary at all.
he said, I'm not gonna take y'all money.
But he racist.
But y'all, man, this is how y'all know something wrong. I'm serious. It's something wrong.
Y'all got mad because Trendiagua. Y'all went out. Y'all went to go. These people like the mayor in Jersey. Like he crashed out.
New
Like
York,
y'all
Newark,
y'all crashing out for people who do not even like us.
can't stand us. But see, they don't have to. The people who making these laws and stuff, who want them here, they don't have to deal with them. And half of them foreigners, and they don't. But they don't. They not in their community and stuff, so they don't have to deal with. They don't care about us. So it's like let them deal with them. But we gonna fight to keep them here because that's our new voter base. But let them deal with them. We don't care. We ain't got to be
Right,
bothered with them. Because let one of those illegal aliens they fought for killed one of their kids. Let them kill one of they found. Let them do that. Let's just see them saying, give them due process. Don't do this to them. They got to have a due process. They got to do. Let one of them do that to them. See, when they come, people never have a problem with it until it's at their front door. But see, they
right,
ain't worried about it because they, like I keep telling y'all, it's classes, rich and poor. You are nothing to them. You are peasants to them. Y'all kill each other. Let them kill y'all off. Deal with that. This and that. They up here, they got their Gucci shows on, walking around while y'all paying them, man. Y'all paying for this. Y'all paying for y'all own demise. They walk around with their Gucci shawls on and let y'all deal with all this. Because guess what? They in these big old homes and these large communities where you can't even get in because they got guards. When
that
you come
guard.
to their community, they say, "Who are you? Who invited you here?" And they call you for even being in the neighborhood because you wasn't supposed to be there. See, they got that type of security while they telling y'all to have trendy agua and be mad at Trump because Trump is not going to better Constitution when you got people who not even supposed to be here. So just read you what the passport say. Now you got Democrats fighting for people who came here illegally, talking about they need due process, and then when you give them due process, then why you now they want them now? Why you sending them? Why you deporting them? They shouldn't be here. Why? I mean, it's just a bunch of stuff, and y'all
Yeah,
okay with that?
it
This is
gets
how
worse and worse.
it
Like,
get worse and worse.
yeah,
So
it's us though. But
it's us.
I plan on uh, Chicago Fist Red, all hands on deck. Plan on
Let me
being
get
in
my.
DC for July 4th weekend. July 3rd, we need to be protesting the Supreme Court and letting them know that 14th Amendment is us. The July 4th is the Freedmen Homecoming. As far as our allies, all of that come, we are going to be in front of the White House asking Trump to bring in the DOJ because it's time to start arresting these judges,
Mm-hmm.
start arresting these lawyers, start arresting these politicians, start arresting these clergy, start arresting Rainbow Push people because Rainbow Push now is laundering money through. They washing money in Rainbow Push in the name of these illegals. That's the drug money. That's where they're putting the drug money, the cartel money, the shelter money. They don't. It's not even 100 people that attend Rainbow Push summits. That is just a front to
Mm-hmm.
to get public funding, so they have that, so they can show that. But that's a criminal enterprise. He always criminal, but yeah, that's a criminal enterprise. So Rainbow Push cannot be trusted, but that's us going down there for that. We plan on having a summit. You can go on our website if you want to sign up for more information. But we need to be going down to DC in
Like
buses,
they had the Million Man
carpool,
March,
like the
like
1
the
million.
Million Man
Yeah,
March.
yeah. I want the seniors need to come out on that Sunday. We're gonna march the Lincoln Memorial, but we need to come out in droves for this 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment is our amendment, and that's all of America's due process, and we're all being violated. Everybody, every American citizen, white, black, Hispanic, whoever's a born American born citizen here, our due process is being violated.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have no color, no. That's like all we're getting effed over. No equal protection. The only people they're protecting is the illegals because that's their money.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't care about them.
it's the money.
It's the money. They've never cared about. Democrats they just played a good game. They've learned how to put the right people in the right places and all that. They can't do nothing. And I'll tell you why they can't do nothing. Because I'm this far and what we're doing and what Chicago Fist Red is doing that they still haven't tried to sit down and make right with my family. And they can't. Because, like you say, Danny, that's not the Democratic way. It's not in their policies.
Mm-hmm.
They've been redlining us. They've been stealing from us. Yeah, they can say Daley's did it with the with the expressway, the Dan Ryan, but right now it's Brandon Johnson redlining us.
Mm-hmm.
He
It's some,
already he already gave the West Side. They say he don't even live on the West Side no more. He live in
yeah,
Beverly, but he
yeah.
gave the West Side. He gave the West Side to the illegals.
And try to get a South Side. Give them the
I'm
South
trying to get
Side.
South Side to illegals. So it's
Yep.
time to wake up, South Side.
West
But yeah,
Side,
it's
West
time to
Side,
wake up.
Chicago. Yep.
Yep. It's time to wake up, Chicago. All over. It's time to get in the game. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to start planning to go to DC. We need and do it the way that show all these people how you supposed to protest, a peaceful protest, a protest that makes that matters. And what matters is us finally rising up as a
Mm-hmm.
unit, and getting our 14th Amendment. I mean, it's real simple. Y'all gotta treat this like a science project. We don't have to get along, but if we're in this group and we gotta do this project, we gotta do this project so we can get this A, and then you can go your way, I go my way. But at the end of the day, we gotta come as a unit and fight for our 14th Amendment. You cannot let them that's
Give
you
it to
can't.
illegals.
Yeah,
Give
you
it to
can't.
illegals.
You like you can't like if you do that you like I could never I'll never speak to like a Democrat again. I'll never speak to anybody that hates Trump. Like you could never talk to me ever again, and I'm probably moving out the country. I'm for sure gonna move out the country because it ain't no saving y'all.
Not a
It ain't
country.
no
Just go
saving y'all.
to.
Like if you lose 14th Amendment, it's just like okay, like we are all the way set back. We
Yeah,
are
it's
all
like
these HBCU graduates, all these Divine Nine people, all these people who are do community service and are service to the community and this and that. Get the fuck out of here.
indoctrinated. It's just indoctrinated. That's it. No, like you said, indoctrinated, educated fools. Not a bit of common sense. Because the people with common sense, it's common sense.
Yeah,
So,
it's common sense. So I'm gonna
all
leave
right.
y'all with that.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm tired.
All right. It's
All right.
all
Love.
good. Thank
Yeah,
y'all for
love y'all.
listening. We got up to 700 people, so that's good. I'm glad that y'all came on this Saturday. We're supposed to do it, but we will be back next Friday, and next Friday is we're talking about the unions
Okay.
with Nicole, famous Friday about this union in the state that's also on some BS when it comes to this. There's big money in this immigration shit, and we woke up right on time. So let's do it. Like I always said, we may be late to the party, but the party don't start till we get there. So I'm waiting on y'all. I'm depending on y'all.
All right. Yep.
All right, that's
All
that
right.
peace.
All
See
right,
y'all.
y'all. Bye
Peace.
bye. Love y'all.
Love y'all.